Hello, hello, Hannah. Where's my music? Where's my music? Oh god, oh god, oh no, oh god. There we go. like, I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad week. um, where's the game? Sorry for being a little late. I got distracted by Ever After High. This is going to be an ongoing theme with my life, I think. I think this is going to be ongoing. So, we're all gonna have to learn to live with it. Sorry, I had to cough. This is so loud on my ears. Where's the FN button? I need a drink. I still can't figure out how to quickly use my keyboard, and I've had it for like 2 years. Okay, maybe I'll stop coughing now. Anyway, hello, Hannah. So, we are going to try to, I should close this Ever After High screen. We're gonna try to get the last ending of this. I have not read it yet, but I am going to, get us through the previous day where, the wolf judge actually does get arrested, because we haven't seen that yet. And also I'm curious if it'll change any other scenes that we've seen before. Maybe at the beginning they'll just say something like he escaped custody, which would be by far the easiest thing to do. And this is hold on, I need to see a spoiler through walkthrough because I don't know which. Cat among wolves, fox among wolves. So we actually have to go back to Act 2. And we're going to start from the very beginning of it. So we have to do a bunch of this. But, oh, wait. Nope, that's not right. Why does it... Oh, maybe it means the beeps. The beginning of Prince Juan's investigation. This isn't right. This isn't right. It brought me back to somewhere else. This is not correct. This is not correct. This is where we were last week. I guess. Okay, load a previous day. I want to load... This is definitely a glitch of some sort. Okay. Let's... What is day 1? Falcon hasn't showed up. Mousy interrupts. You decide to investigate the self because seems a little suspicious. So, we're going to start from the second day because it seems like there's something wrong with the first day. There we go. So this is the 11th. The following investigations can be done in any order as soon as the locations become available. So let's go to this one first. And I'm gonna, if I remember a thing, I'm just gonna skip the dialogue. Hypothetically, we could be done with this really early, in which case we'll figure out if we want to do something or not. We also did this. So we are looking for the flower lady, and we fucked up this conversation before. If you press her, she runs off. If you ease up, she offers to sell you some rebellious chrysanthemums and monkshood for 10 francs, which are added to your evidence folder if you buy. So we have to be nice because we pressed last time. Yeah, we fucked this up. I don't know if we actually use the chrysanthemum, but we do. Who bought your last rose? Okay, ease off.
I understand, mademoiselle. If you remember anything specific, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us.
Did you want anything else?
Where do you get all your flowers from? Where do you acquire your flowers from, if I may ask? Normally, I gather them from the wild. Last week, I found these chrysanthemums on the city limits, and that's the same place I discovered this monkshood. But since it's still winter, I have to buy a lot of my flowers from a merchant who travels to Italy and the Netherlands. That's how I acquired the rose.
What can you tell us about this particular merchant?
Not a lot, monsieur. He's just an old man who passes through Paris a few times a year selling his goods and wares.
I realized the whole time I could have been saying Paris, but I'm choosing not to. Sorry, French people.
I see.
No chance of him being a super secret assassin?
No, monsieur. Did you want to ask something else?
That's all. Thank you for your time, mademoiselle.
Hold on, monsieur. Before you leave, are you sure that you don't want to buy some flowers? I'll even cut you a deal. Only 10 francs for this assortment of chrysanthemums in monkshood.
10 francs for flowers. That's a little steep.
Let's just buy them.
Steep? Monsieur, I challenge you to find cheaper flowers in January.
All right, I'll take some. They can brighten up the office.
Thank you very much, monsieur. Here you go.
Chrysanthemum has been added, and monkshood.
I don't claim to be a flower expert or anything, but chrysanthemums in monkshood are a weird choice.
I suppose it is a bit strange, isn't it? The other flower sellers stick to popular dull flowers, like tulips and roses. But I like these particular flowers because they are rebellious.
Ace attorney, but you have to manage Nick's wallet. Mike, he's taking cash. That would be so funny, though. Like, especially, like, I just love the idea of you have to keep checking your wallet, but, like, sometimes you'll check your wallet and you'll have, like, 10 fewer dollars than you did before, and you have to be like, did I drop something? Or did Maya steal my money? Hello, Nate. Also, hello, Sarah. I think AA7 should introduce now we have to deal with finances. Just really stress us out.
I'm sorry, these flowers are rebellious.
They stuck it out and managed to bloom in the middle of January. Don't worry that the climax of this game is about rebellion. The flowers fought nature. They overcame insurmountable odds. It's quite an amazing thing to see.
Nate, we can't. I know you're right. Just kidding. Just kidding. I changed my mind. We don't need to have finances and Ace Attorney anymore. We can't do it.
I think I get it.
You don't need to humor me. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Not at all. This has been a pleasant discussion. Have a good day, mademoiselle.
And you, messieurs.
All right. Okay, I have to do the hall, so we've done that. We're just going in order, basically. Oh, this one. He's here! Jesus Christ. Hello. C'est wrong. Here he is. We've seen this scene like so many times now, I think. Yikes. JJ the terrible lawyer. The terrible, bad, awful lawyer. Sorry, I'm just also looking at the, I'm also looking at the walkthrough to make sure. We've done I'm rubber and you're glue a few times, so.
The witty saying proves nothing. Voltaire.
Ooh.
Very good, JJ. A worthy riposte. But enough talk. If you messieurs would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. JJ, Sparrowson, I'll see you two in court.
Yeah, he is a massive failure of a lawyer.
Ugh, I can't stand that guy.
He did seem like a bit of a cockerel. But is it true what he said? You know, that he trounced you in court 5 times? You might have already read this.
I can't deny it. Sevran has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Mountains of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me.
But this time will be different, right?
I hope so.
I know so. For you see, yes, we did this. I stole from him. I did a little bit of stealing.
Okay. You're accosted by in the gardens. Robinho is doing community service. Okay, thank you for being very slow.
Bop, bop, bop. Let's go to the gardens.
Salado or Serenado?
Serenado? Serenado. Either.
That's not his name. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's not anybody's name. You just spewed a word stew.
I don't know.
Try Robitio Robinio.
It's still so funny that he actually did get in trouble for perjury, because we never see that shit happen. Okay, paper.
Dun 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 dun.
Alright, we did that. There's no one you can do, but you can do some snooping. Oh good, we get to see him eat a chocolate wrapper again later. They're a kilometer away? I don't know anything about the geography of Paris. Alright. Sparrowson.
70%, maybe 80% cocoa. Belgian in origin.
Then he ate it. Sparrowson, can you read? I don't think we need to click on anything else in here. But I will just to be safe. Oh, right. The archaeology is a get quick rich scheme or whatever. Thinking about it. Alright, Grand Gallery is a shy porcupine named Eric Polk. Head back to the counter.
Keep it together.
Oh, I forgot that's what the king looked like.
Oh, I don't care for it. Above all else, art must strive to be honest. When I look at this piece, I don't see an honest depiction of our king. All I see is a depiction of the man the king wishes he could be. That's an artistic travesty.
You read all that social commentary from one painting? That's pretty impressive, considering it's just a penguin in a fancy dress.
I love an Ace Attorney when Phoenix is mean about art.
I'm getting the impression that you messieurs aren't regulars at art galleries. No, we're a right pair of Philistines.
Speak for yourself, Falcon. I've never even been to the Middle East.
Then I guess you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt?
Okay. Alright, alright. He is so mean. He's so mean to art. It's really funny. A new dawn. It's a new day. Sorry, I'm making sure I have the right order, because I'm like, I don't want to mess it up, because I'm going to have to do it all, like, we just don't have to, you know what I mean. The drinking room. Alright, so this is enough day. So we want to go to the Kanat Joyu. I still don't know. This fun for you? No. Oh, fuck. I'm clicking too fast. I'm sorry. I should move my cursor down here again. We already asked all these, so I'm just like making sure we, those are just cards. And then we have to go to the Biblioteca Kashi? Ooh, I don't know. I actually don't know that. I actually do not. Not off the top of my head anyway. Maybe I would, if I heard it out loud, I would know it, but not looking at it, written down.
Reading is so blasé. Give me a good modern opera any day.
We did do this. I'm gonna eat a chocolate while we wait. Everyone's read it. I fall. Yeah, that counts. I think that counts. This wrapper is like foil, so I will not be eating it. Did I?
It won't be long before we have rioting.
Did we click this before?
And then a revolution.
I actually think we missed this before. Sorry, I thought we'd seen that. I don't know if we had. We might have, and I just wasn't paying attention. Okay, cool. Sorry for missing the first lines because I was eating chocolate. Because I was just like... I was like, we've seen this. I don't think we have. We didn't hear the ominous music and the wolves. Oh my god! Ah! Holy shit. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot about that. Sorry. That was a big reaction. I really wasn't ready. Huh. Prince Juan, can you button your shirt, man? And turn down your music. Oh my god. Ugh. Yes, slutty open shirt. Nobody expects us to finish motif. But I forgot about it. He's not a prince. Oh.
Did you just say Monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent?
Okay. Oh, hiccups.
Did I not read that one before? What does man do when the justice system fails or something? But I'll let you know when I figure it out. Because get it? He killed people. Is Kyoto like a word or pun? I mean, it means darling. It just means darling. It just, yeah, it's, apparently. That's just what it translates to directly. Yeah. Dear. Loved. Yeah. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Things we've read, things we've read, things we've read. Okay. Sunday, January 16th. Go to Art and M Associates to deliver the message to Mousy. Okay, yes, we did. This is the one we did too. Alrighty. We're gonna get to new content eventually, I promise. A new die trial. I love how they give you the option of going to other places, but if you try to go, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Go to work. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Woohoo! Okay. That's a Bluetooth speaker under his hat. Here they are. Okay. Ah. Not really. We did this last time. You're so fine, Hannah. Oh, these birds are in court. Okay. If you click fast enough, it won't even go into, it won't even fully really move there. That's fun. Okay. So we want to press him on poison. And we did do this before. That's exactly what I'm saying. Shout out to this person who made a very detailed walkthrough on the Steam community forum. Oh yeah, this is where he's like, yeah, we got rid of the flower. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Look at this. Take a look. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. Do, 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 do. It's like a tennis match. Oh, hey, this guy. Oh, right, because we actually, like, we fucked up and didn't get the... You have to, like, get all the stuff. You have to get all the stuff to, like... We only got the pot. We didn't get the string. No, we did get the string. We didn't go back in time to get the thing. Don't worry. It's fine. I'm so tired. I mean, time travel. Time travel. Ah, yes, I'm just here in 1850s France visiting an old student of mine.
He has so many old students, and I understand he's a professor, but I do think it's really funny that seems to kind of be their fallback, which they obviously aren't going to use in New World of Steam, because New World of Steam, it's like, well, Luke contacted me, but the amount of times Leighton is just like, ah, yes, one of my old students, and it's like, okay. I love the idea that JJ Falcon is an old student of his, and it just like, you know how it is. He's a bird, he's a murderer, he's a terrible lawyer. What more can you ask for in an archaeology student? You know? Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-da-ba-bum-ba-dum. I'm obsessed with Janice and Carmine Accidenti being like having been in the same class. I love the idea that they were in the same class together because it's really funny. I think it's really funny if they were actually in the same class together and would ask each other for notes. I think it's funny. I think it's also really funny if Emmy happened to TA one of their classes like really early on. Like this was just like they were just like about to graduate or something, and she just happened to just be like the person making copies for class. So she does know who they are too. It's just funny to me. If she just knows everyone, too. I want everyone to be involved. Athena, that's fun. Who was it? Was it Author who had who joked that Simon could be, about Simon being one of, his students, and he keeps challenging him to sword fights for better grades? Which is really funny. Oh, man. It is always funny when you have a professor who, has, an elective that, is only, sort of vaguely in line with what they usually teach because, there was, some requirement that needed to be met for the school. And you're just kind of like, what are you doing here, man? I like to think that Carmine was, he took archaeology and he was just kind of like, I like the detective part of this more. It's like, I actually, and Luke was like, I get it. I get it. Okay, press him on the arts. Present the page of the book. Imagine it's in Italian. Okay, approach the Louvre from the west. I actually didn't know that. I was just double checking. I want to be safe. I don't want to mess this up. Do. We gained a little favor. Oh, the Hair v. Tortoise trial. Of course, of course, of course. Carmine should come back in New World of Steam. That'd be a funny cameo. Carmine should also be an AA7. Here's my pitch. Carmine is in all future games. I don't remember what last time. Well, it's possible he was coerced or bribed.
That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Juan.
Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Judge Romulus, he's acting without a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why?
Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty.
I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here.
Okay, we did this. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. It's a threat.
Alrighty, righty. Second investigation. This is where I fucked up last time, it seems. So first we need to go to the Chocolate Emporium, which I think we did maybe before the trial last time. See, the reason Carmine is perfect for New World of Steam is because it seems to be very steampunk and it looks like there's machines and stuff, and that means he could very easily get in another car accident. I've solved it.
Welcome, welcome. We did this before.
I need to get to a question, because I think we did a bunch of this. Ask if he remembers who bought it. And we did do this. What about present Judge Romulus from the book? Yeah, I think this was probably before we did this last time, so we were like, shit.
Have you ever served a hairy wolf in judicial robes named Judge Romulus?
Oh, God, he has technically a German accent, I think, or Belgian? But I don't know how to do it.
Yes, monsieur.
All right, have you ever served... Wait, did you just say yes?
Yes, monsieur, a wolf in judicial robes. I did serve a person like that a little while ago, on the 6th of January, to be precise. Did he say or do anything suspicious? Not that I can recall, monsieur. He was a pleasant fellow, big toothy grin.
Oh, Will Crash, also really good.
Bought 200 grams of classic dark Belgian chocolate with a custom filling. A custom filling? Some type of caramel. He provided it himself, although he unfortunately did not bring enough for me to sample.
What does this mean, Falcon?
Well, we shouldn't make assumptions. It may just mean that this judge liked to eat chocolate.
My favorite thing about Carmine Accidenti, or however we say his last name, is that, he's very clearly a Sholmes prototype in design, and something about that is so fucking funny.
But if the judge's purchase is related to the rapper at the crime scene, then, Monsieur Hagelslack, do you think I could get a copy of Judge Romulus's receipt? I can do you one better. Monsieur, I have the original right here. I keep them for tax purposes, you understand.
See, Sarah, that is the kind of DGS ancestor headcanon that I'm obsessed with, because they are both English. The Japanifornianess of the localization makes a lot of DGS ancestor things outside of Japan kind of questionable. Like, if we're having fun, it doesn't matter. But, like, if there's something about Carmine being a descendant that is infinitely funnier than, like, 90% of the other ones I've seen. And I think it's because Carmine doesn't fucking matter. You know? He's this dude who doesn't matter. He's not in the only game that he's in. And he just, like, gets into a situation and then, like, is gone. You know? He's there to get into a situation and almost die, and then he has zero narrative, like, relevance again. And it's so funny. They don't even explain how he got there. He's just, like, there. But not important. And they spent so long designing this character who has, like, 3 drawings of him in the entire game or something. It's peak. I love this character design, but I don't know what to do with him. You know? Like, that's, I wonder if that's almost how that's one of the reasons why that design, like, it works for Schultz, obviously. But I wonder if it was just, like, a character design they really vibed with, but, like, was not used much at all in the game. So they were just kind of like, well, what if we did some edits to it? If we just did a couple edits to it, no one will notice. No one will notice. I noticed, and I love it. Ryu and Sholmes' descendants so close to a reunion. So close. The peanut gallery was going nuts. They spent no time with it. It's incredible. I love when you can tell that, like, the character designer kind of fell in love with a character design, and that that one to me was like, they were like, it was a design that someone really enjoyed doing different versions of, and then just like, it was for a character who is in all of like 2 minutes of the game.
Absolutely. Memorizing the receipt's content is trivial after all.
Yeah, because he's an elephant.
Would you look at this? Judge Romulus signed it in green ink. Green ink! I knew Judge Romulus was shady, but only truly villainous people write in green.
Thank you very much for your time, Monsieur Raggleslack. You have been enormously helpful. I'm glad to be of service, and I wish you the best of luck with your case, messieurs. Oh, no, that made me odd.
Alright, Wednesday. Nothing left to do. Either go to Canard Joyeux, or the Palais de Louvre to advance the clock, but there'll be nothing to interact with at either place. Save the card with the tavern if you're interested in some Jacques Noir. Let's play. Let's. Joya. Ah. Joya. You'd think I would have picked up on some of these by now, and I truly have not. Yes, I do, and I'm bad at it. Fuck! It's fine. I was like, is it 16 or 17 when I should hold? So close so far. Thursday, back at the AA offices. Ace Attorney. Aviary Ace. Ace Aviary. Alright, this is when he's gonna eat the chocolate.
Falcon, we need to talk. I'm gonna read this part.
What's up?
See, I was doing some thinking. Dangerous thing to do, I know. Anyway, I realized that we were missing a crucial piece of evidence.
What evidence would that be?
Well, we know that Major Howell consumed a piece of chocolate before he died, and we know that he died of poisoning. But we still aren't sure that the chocolate was the cause.
That's true. If we keep pushing the chocolate theory, Kukuriku will almost certainly bring that up.
So I thought to myself, if one were to consume the wrapper itself, then that may provide proof of whether it contains traces of poison.
Well, sure, that could work, but it would be incredibly foolish. Wait, were you thinking of eating the wrapper, Sparrowson?
Maybe.
Well, stop those thoughts right now. I'm not going to let you potentially kill yourself like that.
I knew you would say that. That's why I already consumed the wrapper. 45 minutes ago.
Sparrowson? Sparrowson!
Man, I love this kid. No, we don't need to read this part.
Yeah, what do you have in your mouth? Sparrowson? Sparrowson, drop it!
And now he gets thrown in a river. Into the Seine. Okay, take your time.
Au revoir.
Oh, right.
She's like, hey.
Shut up. I don't need to be lectured by a murderer.
I'm the murderer. She's like, anyway.
Au revoir means you plan to meet again. Bad choice of words. Yeah, not an awesome one.
What? No, I'm just here to tell you to wake up. Wake up, monsieur. Wake up. Can you hear me? I said wake up.
A new day. He was unconscious for 24 hours. You wake up, fished out of the sand by him. And then the king takes the stand. Honestly, I get it. The head shake animation's really fun. Anyway. Me after I shove one of the lawyers in the river. The teens, they fucking love being in rivers. What the fuck did that game mean by that? I don't understand still. Man. I don't understand why the teens want to swim in the Thames. Just swim somewhere else. The Thames is fucking gross. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand how that was like proof that the festival was actually a success. Like what it was that case is so fucking confusing. All right. Press him on Sal de Tibre. Ask the king to elaborate. This was in Catriel and the Millionaire's Conspiracy, and this is the one with the festival where one person was supposedly pushed into the river and the other supposedly threw themselves into the river, but neither of them were actually. They were actually both actors because the mayor really wanted this festival to succeed, and apparently it doesn't, and like people don't even know about it. So she hired actors to fake a murder and a suicide, and at the end they're like, but they want us to do this every year as like, I guess, a performance, and all the teens are like jumping in the river. It's a really strange conclusion. It makes no sense. Also, hello, Anna. Welcome. I am just clicking through this part really quick because we've already played it, so if you want to play it on your own time, you won't actually know what's really happening in this part. Oop, fuck. Well, it doesn't matter. No, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters until, yeah, it doesn't matter. Kukuriku is being mean to us.
Objection! Sorry, I've always wanted to do that, and I dropped out of law school. I almost died today.
As is his right. As is his fucking right. Okay, yes. I was just making sure we had everything. Hey, girl. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Oh. I have not finished my examination. Boop, 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 boop. Show the train stubs. Okay, you can show anything. Oh, rips there. Ooh, white chocolate. Tasty.
You know, poison chocolate still tastes pretty good. I'm actually the only one winning from this trial.
Okay. I'm holding a key piece of evidence that links Judge Romulus directly to the crime scene. Then we want to do the receipt.
I think you should take a look at this, Sevron.
Me. You don't trust it in the judge's hands.
What? What's this? What does that piece of paper say?
We didn't have this last time, which is why we stalled. This is a receipt for a box of chocolates from Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium on the 6th of January, made out to a man named Romulus. Wow, thanks, Apple.
The writing upon the receipt is clear. A man named Romulus bought chocolates on the day before the murder. These chocolates happen to have been of the same brand and flavor as the ones that were used in the royal assassination attempt.
Can you imagine if the judge just made a piece of evidence disappear when you handed it to him? I mean... Wild.
By itself, this evidence would not be definitive. It would only suggest that the judge has something of a sweet tooth, but taken in conjunction with the mademoiselle's updated testimony,
that would imply that the judge was directly involved with the assassination attempt. Jersey should go to judge school. Oh. I actually don't know if I'm trying to think if I've seen any headcanons for, like, any of the younger characters as judges. Because, like, I think in the real world, usually, like, you become a judge after being a lawyer, and a lot of the judging seats are actually elected in the United States. But, one, this is based on Japan. And two, AA5 establishes that it's judge school. You go to school to be a judge. Thanks, AA5. Great job you did. But now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't actually know if I've seen lots of headcanons for, like, this character should become a lawyer. But I don't know if I've ever seen any that are just like, this character should become a judge. Much to consider.
Judge Romulus, do you have anything to say about this?
Yup. That receipt is not mine. I haven't stepped foot in a chocolate shop in years.
You cannot be serious. The receipt is indisputable proof of your purchase.
Indisputable. Watch me dispute it.
Me. Also, everyone but Hannah is... Not Hannah. Everyone but Anna is green again. Including Nante. All of you are once again green. So, yeah.
What you have there is a scrap of paper with the word Romulus scrawled on it. Is it a forgery? Are there simply two men named Romulus living in Paris? I don't have a clue. What I do know is that you have nothing to prove that I was the one who signed the receipt.
Oh my god, Samaranth! Hi, Samaranth, you're purple! Holy shit, we have some color in this green!
This is absurd. Do you want me to dig up court documents with your signature so we can undertake a handwriting analysis? That wouldn't be possible. I believe His Honor uses a rubber stamp for signing off on official court documents.
That would be correct.
Well, it's no matter. I don't need the judge's signature. I already have one in my profession? In my possession, proof that the signature on the receipt belongs to Judge Romulus. Oh, but first things first. I believe you dropped your pen, Your Honor.
I am finally using the green pen.
Oh yeah, that's mine. Thanks, I've been looking for this thing everywhere.
I thought as much. You just incriminated yourself, dipshit. Madames and messieurs, last night I was assaulted outside the hospital. I did not see the assailant's face, but I did accidentally grab something from their garments as I was thrown into the Seine.
Oh, so that's why you smelled of fish. I wanted to say something, but I thought it might be rude.
This fountain pen is the very thing I grabbed.
Did I say that this pen was mine? On closer inspection, I see I must have been mistaken.
Save it, Your Honor. I'm not here to press assault charges. What interests me most about this pen is the ink it contains. It is emerald green in color.
And as we all know, only baddies write in green.
Well, yes, but more importantly, it's a rare and unusual choice of ink color. I would venture only a dozen people in all of Paris are arrogant enough to write in green. And I would venture only one of those arrogant people is named Romulus. So Judge Romulus lacks respect for classic penmanship. What of it? Take another look at the chocolate receipt, Saffron. That receipt was signed with emerald green ink.
It certainly is quite a coincidence.
No, there's no more room for coincidence. There's no more doubt. There is only one narrative that can tie this ridiculous string of evidence together.
This music is getting so loud. Hold on. I'm just watching it get louder and louder in the out of the corner of my eye, like,
On the 6th of January, you, Judge Romulus, bought a box of chocolates with a custom filling. That custom filling contained poison originating from the flowers of Mademoiselle Signet, a street seller who owed you a debt.
there's pretty big dynamic changes in this music, so I'm just like, ah!
On the 7th of January, you, Judge Romulus, leveraged that debt to force the girl to present the poisoned chocolates to the king. Then an idiot of a man by the name of Juan framed himself as the murderer in order to take the fall in Mademoiselle Signet's stead, I don't care. You pushed for Juan's guilt by priming a witness, Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. And when that failed, you pressured Mademoiselle Signet to take full responsibility for the crime. Oh, that is the only narrative that makes sense. Admit it.
Fine, I admit it. I did it. I purchased the chocolates. I added the poison. I put a peasant girl in debt just so I could force her to take the fall. I was the one who wanted the king murdered. But there's not a damn thing any of you can do about it. I am the one who holds the gavel. I am the one who passes the sentences. With a snap of my fingers, I could have each and every one of you guillotined at the Palace d'Austerlitz before nightfall. Who judges the judges? Who stands above me? Nobody, not even God, can condemn me when I sit so highly.
Attempting to murder a king. Corrupting the coup d'etat. What an utterly repulsive individual.
Don't touch me, you dirty pig. You have no authority over me.
I don't remember what the king's voice was.
He doesn't. I do. Take him away, Inspector.
I'm not done. I'm not done with any of you. You're all guilty. You'll see. A revolution is coming. The rebels will overrun Paris. The king and the government will fall. The bourgeois will be slaughtered. We shall have a glorious second republic, a republic free of class, where everyone is free and equal. Hey, don't touch me.
Just another raving lunatic, Your Majesty. Ignore him. Of course. Carry on, Inspector.
What? What happens now?
I guess I'm supposed to take over the President Judge's duties. Well, given the surprising series of revelations that just took place, we believe that the results are clear. We find the defendant, Prince Juan Carrido, I don't remember, to be cleared of all charges. We therefore find the defendant hot milky.
He's not even in frame. Woohoo! Oh.
What happens to me now?
Mademoiselle, it's clear you were coerced. However, you still played a significant role in the king's assassination attempt. By all rights, you must be tried for your crimes.
I see. I cannot argue.
But as it happens, due process was not followed during this trial session. Judge Romulus thoroughly disrupted the proceedings. I dropped my pen. Consequently, I believe that most of the testimonies given during this trial session would not be seen as valid in a court of law.
What does that mean?
Thankfully, France's legal system is so uselessly complex that they have dozens of judges per case. I know.
He's saying you're free to go.
Correct. As a prosecutor, I see no crimes to prosecute.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Really? Thank you so much, monsieur. And thank you, messieurs. Without your help and assurances, I don't know where I would be right now. So, are my parents really in Vienna?
I think so, but you would have to ask the Fox for details. I don't know exactly what he arranged. Fuck. It's fine. We're fine. Although now that Judge Romulus poses no threat, I suppose your parents would be free to move back to Paris.
Actually, I may follow them to Vienna.
You need a bit of holiday after all this drama? And murder and death? I don't know why I called it drama, because people died.
Well, yes, but I also want to get away from here before the fighting starts.
You mean the revolution Judge Romulus mentioned? He doesn't seem mentally stable. Pay him no more mind.
It's not just him, monsieur. In the streets, everyone talks of an uprising. If you were smart, you'd clear out of here, too.
Thanks for the concern, mademoiselle.
But we're far from smart, so we're staying put.
I see. Then good luck, messieurs. And farewell. Maybe we can meet again when this all has blown over.
Yeah, I have one more questions about that one.
Wait, mademoiselle, don't you want to have a quick celebratory drink? Oh, she's gone. So I guess it's just you, me, and the Vox, right, Falcon?
That sounds good, Sparrowson. Take Prince Watton back to the aviary office. I need to sort out some paperwork with Sevron. Is that what we're calling it now?
Okie dokie.
I suppose the congratulations are in order, uncovering the truth in the way you did. It was quite a feat. Everything went far better than I could have hoped, but you surprised me at the end with that little lie of yours. Lie? This trial's testimonies are completely invalid. Bullcock. Bullcock? You and I both know that this trial's produced ample valid evidence for Mademoiselle Saunier to be detained and tried. Even with the coercion accounted for, I bet she would still be found guilty of conspiracy or accessory to murder. So why are you holding back? You know, 10, maybe even 5 years ago, I probably would have prosecuted Mademoiselle Saunier. I was fresh out of law school. I thought my role as a prosecutor was to condemn every potential criminal that came my way. I thought, if the guilty person ends up behind bars or on the hanging dock, then justice has been served. But as I gained experience, I started noticing the details. The details. The extenuating circumstances, the personal considerations, the gaps in the law, where even when due process is followed to the letter, good people are punished, and wrongdoers walk free. I hated it, so I changed my role. I decided that I should not strive to secure a guilty verdict, but to ensure that justice is served. I could prosecute Mademoiselle Saunier, that she would definitely be convicted, but that would not serve justice.
You're going soft. No, he's a good lawyer.
You're a good lawyer, Kukuriku. You're not terrible, Falcon.
You've only won one case against me, but I know he had it already on his own. He redeemed himself. Love to see it. Good for him. Please don't die. Oh my god. Wait, I think he was mad at us last time, so I think I have to read this.
What am I doing? Still using that old accent. I, of course, meant congratulations, Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Sparrowson.
It's no big deal. We were just doing our jobs.
No. Your job...
I'm doing the wolf voice and that's not it.
No. Your job ended when you proved my innocence. Everything after that was you going above and beyond your duties.
Of course, I was counting on you to do so. I love how it still calls him Prince Juan, too.
A lesser lawyer would surely have stumbled or caved in. Oh, but before I forget, your payment.
Thank you, Monsieur. Vous payez. This has been a strange case, but I'm glad the truth came to light. I think you gave me $30.
I think we want 30 francs. It might have been 40. It might have been 40. Because I think we had it might have been 40. I think we had 35. I think we had 35 already. You don't get paid shit for being a lawyer.
I'll see you out.
Which I guess makes sense. If there's no, like, monetary exchange, then, like, I guess.
Wait, Monsieur Vulpes, before you go, something's been bothering me. Why'd you come to us in the first place? Surely there are much more reputable lawyers out there who could have done a better job.
Oh, more reputable than the falcon that stands before me?
Yeah, Falcon's got a sucky track record.
True, but he does have a mixed record. But his family's name is hugely respected in the lawyering world. I chose Monsieur Falcon as my lawyer for that reason alone.
Huh? Really? I've never heard of another lawyer named Falcon.
Let's not go down this road, Monsieur Vupez. I don't go by my old name for a reason.
That is fair. We shouldn't be fixated on the past, should we? After all, it's already been and gone.
Good line.
The future is where our potential lies. That's what we should be paying attention to. A storm is approaching fast.
You mean the revolution that the crooked judge mentioned?
Indeed, I dare say that the wolf is right. A rebellion is coming, one way or another. Listen, Monsieur Falcon, you'll probably have a surge of work over the coming days. If you want me to dig up dirt on anyone, please feel free to drop by my office at any time.
Dig up the dirt.
I'm a private investigator. It's what I do.
We'll bear it in mind. Thank you, Monsieur Vupez.
Good day, messieurs.
I'm going to get a drink.
Seriously, Falcon?
What? I was just going to ask if you wanted tea or coffee.
Alright, end of Act 2. And now, Sleeping City.
Do I remember the July Revolution? Of course. How could I ever forget? The chanting, the violence, the smell of gunpowder. This is our third or fourth time watching this. The 3 glorious days.
Fuck, I keep dropping shit tonight. Sorry.
Things are rough in my brain right now. You can watch this again while I drink some water. I want to ship Falcon and Sevron, but I think Sevron can do better, so my ship is actually Falcon and Zubupez. That is so funny and so real of you. Because Sevron probably can do significantly better. Oh, okay, let's make sure we do this part right this time. So I think... I don't think it really matters what we do here. But let me actually, I'm just checking things carefully. Alright. Boop, boop, boo, doo, boo. Maybe if Falcon heroically saves him, I can switch out. If he dies, it's all over, guys. It's all over. If this rooster gets shot again, I'm gonna lose it for real. Yes. You know what? You're right. The bills, the bills, the bills, the bills. All right. It doesn't matter if we accept. That's what I was trying to figure out. We can actually get 80 francs out of this guy, so we're gonna get 80 francs out of this guy. For the bills. For the bills to pay, obviously. I really enjoyed the flute part in this piece. It's simple, but it's very, like, clear. I just miss playing flute. Hope that helps. God damn it, we only got 50. We had to ask for more. It's fine, we got 50. 50 helps. Because we might have to buy some stuff. Start with the bill and go to the hospital.
We've done this before, so I can just boop, boop, boop. Now go to the inventor. Sorry, first of all, I have no idea what that needle was so big. Sorry, but I was reading the walkthrough to understand what we were doing next. Yeah, we've only seen that guy, once or twice. Okay, we did do this already. Sorry, just checking to make sure we did this. This is them talking about JJ and him changing his name. And have a gun! Take a gun! Take the fucking gun! Surely there will be no issues if you take a gun. Okay. And then go to R and M. Hello? I'm getting messages. It's nothing. Oh! I guess we're getting Darjeeling, but we're not this time. Boop boop boo doo boo. The only weapon you need is... Yeah. Why won't you let us drink tea? We don't do anything for the rest of the fucking day. Okay. Head over to the Canad... Joey? I don't remember already. Okay, Okay, Book of Judges. Yeah, let's go. Okay. This is the 30th, so go to Notre Dame. Sorry, this part we've done like multiple times and I feel kind of bad about it. Alright, 31st. Visit the Palais du Louvre to find another familiar. He runs away. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't find it. I'm like being very careful because like if we fuck up, we have to do so much again.
But this cult is different.
Oh, I should have been looking for... I guess he got away. I might have missed a discussion when I was clicking really quick through the through with the friar. I should have been checking to see if there was a line about the brother, but I guess... Huh. He did escape when we lost, but he got arrested this time, which is why I was wondering if there was, like, a line that was like, wait a minute. You know? Yeah, but they actually arrested him this time. That's why I was like, is there a line? But we clicked through so quick that I wasn't reading them because I forgot. Okay. I actually don't think we need to be here. I think we need to be inside the gallery. My bad. Wrong location. The lack of sleep and the headache is, getting to me. It's getting to me. Okay. There are multiple ways to get the string and copper each. They can be obtained in several different locations. Buying both items will cost... Okay, both are free. Chocolate, optional. Trade it for string or save it for an extra non-plot affecting option later. If you choose to trade it for string, make sure to do this before going on to the Pont des Arts. String can be bought from Satan Le Havre for 15 at the same time as copper petal. Copper petal? Copper kettle. I'm just reading this, sorry. Okay. Sorry, I was like looking at this and I was like trying to make sure that we were gonna do the right thing so we don't have to redo stuff. Okay. Yep, let's go. So let's do this chocolate thing. Maybe... Okay, let's get chocolate.
Have you heard any rumors of a rebellion in Paris recently? Why, monsieur, there are always rumors of a rebellion in Paris. The citizens whisper in the shadows, the bourgeois cower in fear. Yes, yes, but have you personally heard anything specific? No, monsieur. You sell chocolate to a lot of people. Have you come across any unsavory characters in your occupation? Of course. One time I was hiking through the mountains of the Netherlands and I was accosted by an overzealous tulip salesman. I threw a fistful of Dutch rubles at him and made a hasty retreat.
I can't help but wonder about the legitimacy of Lander's stories. But for some reason, his tangential rants don't bother me.
Let me be more specific. We're looking for a person called the Croque Monsieur. Does that name sound familiar? No, monsieur. I suppose we're done here. I guess it was silly for me to look for intel about a rebellion in a chocolate shop. Perhaps I could help you with something else, monsieur. Like what? Well, you may have noticed this is in fact a chocolate shop. I'm of much better service as a chocolate salesman than a rumor monger. Ah, of course. His voice was yawny. I'm looking to buy a box of chocolates for a friend. May I have a recommendation?
Could it be? Am I the friend Falcon? Is this a gift for me?
Certainly, monsieur. If you're looking for something romantic, then perhaps an elegant, heart-shaped selection from Tuscany would suit you. Romantic, you say?
I don't feel that way about you, Falcon, but how could I decline such a scrumptious gift?
No, that wouldn't work. Do you have anything that would be suitable for any occasion? Ah, then perhaps you want this box of 20 creamy chocolate swirls from London. They're very sweet. Nobody can resist.
Yes, those are perfect. Take them, Falcon. Take them.
For pity's sake, Sparrowson, why are you being so fidgety?
No reason.
Then cut it out. It's weird. I think this would work nicely, Monsieur Haggleslack. How much are they? 5 francs, perhaps a little steep for some, but I assure you their quality more than justifies the price tag. The fucking flowers we bought earlier were twice that. Twice that! I want to take my headphones off for a second. My head hurts. Can I get a good guy discount, for being such an upstanding citizen? I really shouldn't, monsieur. I understand. Ha, just kidding. Of course you can. How about I give you these for free as a token of Belgian generosity? What if people just gave me chocolates for free? That would be so cool. That'd be so good. Anyway. Really? Of course, because you're such wonderful customers.
We are?
Absolutely. One moment, if you please, monsieurs. I shall go wrap these up.
Falcon?
What is it?
I just want to say you have been a great friend and an inspirational mentor. I have ample amounts of respect for you as a person and...
You do know these chocolates aren't for you, right?
Oh. Yeah, I knew that.
Good. Just making sure.
Breaking my heart, Falcon.
Here you are, monsieur. I'm sure the recipient will enjoy them.
Box of chocolates has been added.
Thank you very much, monsieur. I accidentally clicked next. It's been my pleasure, monsieur.
And then, Sparrowson. Yeah, once you knocked off your rhythm. The third. I found a way. Okay, we actually do this. Boop, boop, boop. Shopping. Go to the Rue de Marmosets and use the password. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-bum. Ba-da-ba-dum-bum-ba-bum. What? What are we saying? Oh my god, too. Yeah. Croque monsieur. Tell me about your past. Tell me about your past. I didn't see his face. That's fair. He's dead for most of this. Oh, I miss you already, buddy.
Saffron, I miss you.
He said, ow, ow, ow. This is like music to me, and also it's putting me to sleep. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. I'm fine. Bird shoes would be complicated. But they don't have shoes. We saw their feet. They have talons. But they do have human hands, so I don't know what to tell you about that part. Alrighty, right. Sunday! Sunday, Sunday! We're so close to new things! Ah! Saturday! Saturday, my bad. Said to the special scene. I don't know if we've seen this before. Oh, I don't think we have.
Is the room to your liking, mademoiselle?
Don't call me that.
My apologies, madam, but what are your thoughts? Is the room suitable?
It's dark, cramped, and more than a little macabre, but it will do.
Excellent. I have hired private security to guard the entrance 24 hours a day. Rest assured your weapons are safe.
Tell me, Friar, are we doing the right thing?
Of course we are, madam. There cannot be change without bloodshed. No revolution without revolution. Surely you aren't having second thoughts.
Of course not. I want nothing more than to serve justice to the corrupted rulers of this country. When the time comes, I'll be the one to pull the trigger. Alright. And then to the bibliotheca. I have no idea how to say this. Burp, 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 burp. Boop, boop, boop. He's so sick of them. He's so sick of them. I did? Oh, that's fantastic. French is hard. Catacombs! 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 Alrighty, right. He must have just escaped. He must have just escaped, or we missed the line earlier on. There might have been one line that was just like he escaped, instead of they can't find him. Zoom. Zoom.
I stole his pen.
We just, by the end of this, we just have a collection of pens. It's the new spoons. Nothing will ever be the new spoons. By the way, Hannah, this is gonna be so minor. I think we should probably avoid talking about the spoons at Tony's streams for this game because it's very if her or Jay or anyone asks like, why are you guys always talking about stealing spoons? I feel like we get into the weird territory of being like, having to explain ourselves and our stupid jokes, so we can just save it until like Angela is like, get out of my house. You know, like, why do you have this joke? Don't worry about it. Because that's the thing. It's not really a plot relevant joke, but there's no way to explain it without giving away a bunch of like stuff from the second game, and it's like, we could just save it for the thread. We could just be in there like, wow, Emmy and spoons. Our hyper-specific headcanon that we really love a lot. Alright. Go back to the atelier. I think that's how do you say that? Because like one of the first books I did that had a lot of errors, this word kept being mispronounced, so now it's all mixed up in my head because the narrator kept saying it wrong. Atelier. Okay, yeah. I forget how they were saying it, but it wasn't correct. It was not correct. That book was such a hot mess. It was interesting. Kind of. The plot twist was wild.
Come in. It's you two. Have you managed to gather the materials I need? Yes, monsieur. The string and copper pot, exactly as described. Here you go. What is this? Where did you get this pot? It looks like it belongs in a museum or something. It was a little tricky to procure the necessary items, but with a bit of asking around, we managed to find suitable substitutes. There's a general store down the street that sells string and discounted copper pots and the like. I assumed you would have gone shopping there.
Anyway.
Well, no matter. Give me 1 minute and I'll finish assembling the device.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Ta-da! May I proudly present to you Gustave Trouvé's magnificent Explorer Extractor surgical device. Trademarked, patent pending.
It looks like a pair of kitchen tongs hooked up to a stewing pot.
Agreed. I wasn't expecting something so low-tech and, well, bad.
Perhaps a demonstration is in order. 1 moment, if you please.
Psst, Falcon! That thing looks like junk. This whole fetch quest has been a waste of our time.
I suspected that the man was delusional from the very start. It would explain why he's being treated by a mental health professional. There's nothing to be done, though. Let's just humor Gustave until we get an opportunity to leave. Cut our losses.
What about my medical debt?
Time for a demonstration. Get ready to have your stockings blown off, messieurs. So here we have 1 regular piece of meat. Imagine that, if you will, that this is a soldier.
Okay. The meat is a soldier.
An oddly shaped and potentially tasty soldier.
And here is a small piece of iron. Imagine that, if you will, that this is a musket bullet. So our soldier is wandering through a battlefield, not a care in the world, and all of a sudden, bam! The person has been shot. The musket ball is embedded in the man's flesh.
I'm scared, Falcon. He slammed that metal into the meat like a madman.
Quick, messieurs, you're a battlefield medic. The soldier is wounded, and you have precious little time. What do we do?
Mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth. It's the only way.
I volunteer.
No, messieurs. No eating the meat.
Oh, that isn't the joke that I didn't think we were talking about I thought we were talking about CPR / I didn't think we were talking about eating the meat.
The answer I was looking for was surgery. Most battlefield medics would carefully cut out the bullets with a scalpel. Yeah, Bysteros and real? Oh no. Now I hear you're wondering, Monsieur Trouvé. Surely there must be a better way. Well, no wonder no more. Behold the Explorer Extractor. Watch as I power up the device, and then as I move the detector component over the meat. Is that thing humming? It is, monsieur. When the electromagnetic component of the Explorer Extractor detects a piece of iron, the device vibrates and emits a soft hum. I must say I'm actually impressed, monsieur. A device that can detect metal between flesh, that's innovative. I've never heard of such a thing before.
Yeah, but why limit it to battlefield surgery? You could repurpose that thing to be some sort of treasure hunting device. That would make you really rich.
Hold your horses, messieurs. Hold your horses. I'm not done yet. You've only seen half of the device's capabilities, the exploration part.
Now you can witness the second part, where it pulls the bullet out at speed? I think he might be a dog? He might be a dog.
Extraction.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Did that thing just... The sounds were bad.
Yep. Sucked out that bullet like a pip from a grapefruit.
Behold the original piece of iron removed swiftly and precisely from the flesh.
If you do not get the angle exactly right. Exactly right. Like, if you don't get the angle exactly right, you are just giving this person another bullet wound. And I fully acknowledge that surgeons have to, like, cut into it, you know, like cut into flesh and take it out as well. But presumably, like, they've got a little more discretion than a magnet just yanking it out. But I mean, I guess it's 1845 or whatever, so who gives a shit?
So what do you think? Pretty revolutionary, huh?
I think that meat looks like a lot less appetizing than before.
It's practically exploded. This is gonna kill people. Just use it for treasure hunting, man! Oh no!
I have no idea what to think. Monsieur Trouvé, you are a strange and mildly terrifying individual. But I cannot fault the innovation of your device. We shall pass it along to Dr. Fowlret and let him decide its worth. Ah, thank you. I'm sure the good doctor will approve.
Let's hear him out. We can test it on Von Karma. You know what? You're right. Hear him out. Oh my god. Hold on. Sorry, one sec. I've screenshot accepted to show my friends. Bad. Let's not. I don't think I read the line before this. Okay. A letter arrives at the office saying Sevron has either been captured or killed. Okay. You guys can watch this while I do Duolingo real quick. Dun dun dun. Third time's a charm. I'm so scared, Hannah. If he dies again, it's really all over. If you still have the box of chocolates, you can bribe him with that. That's what the box of chocolates can be for? Damn, can we not give them to our buddy? That's rude as hell. Let's hold on to them, see if we can give them to our buddy. Do do do. I like beating him up. Okay. Oh, this is so funny. Whatever path you choose to follow, you end up in a lit room, so it doesn't actually matter at all. You can't get lost. Do. It literally doesn't matter. I don't know why I was like, oh god. Alright, here we are. Hi, buddy. Okay. Let's see if we can save him. To get ending 4A, stay silent and let Bowmore shoot Sevron. Thanks. To proceed to the second ending, speak up to interrupt. Okay. God, I really hope this is the one where we get to save him. The bird, you know nothing of justice. Speak up. Appeal to any of the 3 lackeys. Any of the 3 choices work, she'll hear you out. Great. So we did do some of this. We did a bunch of this trial, and then we actually didn't have enough stuff. So what the clock? I think we did this.
I don't enjoy violence, but I have no qualms with a traitor or two dying to achieve that noble goal. Means to an end, you know.
I actually think we did the friar. My bad. I'm sorry.
Don't you see, Falcon? This man's death is inevitable. For the good of France and in the name of justice, he must be killed.
Justice. There's that word again. Madam, I won't presume to know who you are or what you stand for, but shooting this man right now will not bring you justice. It would only serve to satisfy your desire for revenge.
Justice, revenge. What's the difference?
I think we did due process too. Yes, this sounds familiar. Bing bong. All right, we also have that now. Great. Sorry, we this is like a lot of talking and okay, here we go. Sevron is accused of murdering him. Piero is the witness, so he takes to the stand, metaphorically speaking. Press on. Okay, we did this because it was dark. And the light was shattered. The light was shattered. I did figure this out last time. Ah, I'm so sorry. And then Fontaine came and talked about guns for a long time. Good for him. Okay, and then, he was killed at close range. So we did do all this stuff, which is why I'm skipping it for people who are like, Yes, we did this one because she was like, God damn it. Bullet was rare. Yes, yes, yes. Where's the other bullet? Also asked this question before, and we didn't know. Where's the fired Minier bullet? This is where we come in. Well, I don't have any clue. What are you trying to get at, Falcon?
Isn't it obvious? If the bullet wasn't embedded in the alleyway wall and it wasn't embedded in Kukuriku, then that means... The bullet hit the murderer. The real murderer. It must still be embedded in whoever attacked the Croque Monsieur.
A ludicrous notion.
It makes perfect sense. The double-barreled turnover gun. The missing bullet.
Fine, I'll humor you. Let's say that a bullet did indeed hit the real perpetrator. What of it?
Well, it's only been a few hours since the shooting. Presumably the person will still have the bullet lodged in them.
That's reasonable, but we don't have much time nor resources to search every citizen of Paris to uncover an injured gunman.
You don't have to search everyone in Paris. I believe the murderer to be someone in this very room.
Oh, you think we have a traitor in your ranks? Our ranks. Not yours, ours. You're not part of this.
I do. This was obviously a planned attack.
If this guy still dies, what's the goddamn point?
Someone invited Kukuriku and the Croque Monsieur to be at the same place at the same time in order to create a setup. Only someone with a rebel's connection could engineer such an event.
That's ridiculous. Are you really saying that someone in this room was shot last night? That's clearly untrue.
A bullet wound can be concealed. Perhaps if you were all to take off your shirts.
No, I'm not having everyone in this room stripped down to their knickers just to cater to your outrageous theory. If you can't think of a more reasonable way to prove your stray bullet theory, then we end this damned trial here and now.
A more reasonable way? I have a more reasonable way.
What are you thinking, Falcon?
We turn someone into shredded meat. Isn't it obvious? We have the perfect way to uncover whether someone has been shot. It's a genius solution.
Are you serious, Falcon? You're relying on the invention of a lunatic?
Also, me too, sir. I the same.
I've never been more serious. Madame Beaumont, Frere Remus, and members of this court. This device is called an Explorer Attractor. It's the latest medical technology.
It looks like a children's toy.
I assure you, this is no toy. It was designed to find and extract metal embedded in bodies. A battlefield bullet finder and remover, if you will. Yikes.
I'm intrigued. So you're saying that you just swing that device around and it finds a bullet in a person?
Yes. Sort of. I don't know. We haven't had a chance to practice with it, really.
Not encouraging.
Madam, these birds are playing you for a fool. There's no way such a device exists.
We have seen this device work with our very own eyes, and it was horrifying. Sparrowson should demonstrate.
Me?
although we will need something to demonstrate on. Here we have an iron-tipped minier ball as presented by Fontaine moments ago. Observe, I place this bullet in my closed fist. It now represents the fired bullet that is currently embedded in the murderer's body. Well, let's hope it doesn't try to fucking dig through your hand. I'm sure it won't. It doesn't have the force. The magnet's not that strong, but like, God. Allegedly. Now, Sparrowson will demonstrate what happens when my hand is scanned with the Explorer extractor device.
So I just do this and... You don't need to see it.
It's humming and buzzing. Is it really detecting that bullet? Absolutely. What an intriguing device.
Hey, what would happen if I were to hit extract right now?
Please don't. You remember what happened to that steak, right?
My. What is this feeling? It feels like... power.
Don't let it go to your head. Okay, I'm convinced. Falcon, Sparrowson, you may perform a cursory scan of each of us with that device of yours. You must stop humoring these morons, madam. What good is this doing us? Remus, they may be morons, but this test will grant us certainty of the rooster's fate. I can afford that time.
Hey, Falcon. What will happen if the murderer is someone who's not present in this room?
It most likely isn't.
What?
I'm stalling.
Falcon!
Get a move on, you two. I really must express my displeasure that you are going along with this farce, Madame Beaumont. Let us end this trial right here and now. You can get the justice you so crave. Don't worry, Remus. My patience for this bird brain is wearing thin too. When this asinine scheme of his fails, he will face the consequences. Sorry for hitting my mic. Lucky bird, scan the rooster first. He is the prime suspect after all. Hold on, I need to, adjust my chair. Okay. Yeah, stalling for what? Why are we stalling?
Okay. Beep, 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 beep. Nothing. I'm not getting any reaction. That means there's probably no bullet lodged in Kukuriku. So, he's innocent for sure.
Yeah, stall first, find out later. It did occur to me that if anyone had any bullets in them, they would get got, but I guess you'd then have to explain why you had a bullet in you and why you didn't bring it up earlier.
No, all it means is that this bird was not shot by the hypothetical bullet. Don't forget, this is all speculation on Falcon's part. Madam, I must insist you end this. It's a fool's errand. We have other matters we must attend to. Remus, you let me worry about our time management. Piero, you go next.
All right, get it over with. No reaction. That means Piero wasn't shot either. No surprises there, frank guys.
Let's see. Next we shall test. Madam, I implore you. You're being awfully lippy, Remus. Why don't you go next? Me. That's really not necessary, madam. I don't want...
Sorry. I just saw Sarah's message and it took me out a little bit.
I don't want to participate in this ridiculous child's game. This is no game, and I'm issuing you an order to cooperate. I refuse. Piero, please restrain Remus.
With pleasure, ma'am. I'm gonna just stand here.
What are you doing? Keep your filthy talons off me. I will not be manhandled by a... Ow, stop that. You're making a mistake. Madam, think a little harder. I have an alibi. I was with you the whole evening. Sparrowson, do the test.
Hop, hop, hop. Falcon? I'm not getting any reaction.
That can't be right. Do it again.
There's nothing. Frere Remus has not been shot, as far as this device can tell.
The utter nerve to manhandle a man of the cloth like that. As I said on the floor, madam, I was with you and Fontaine for the entire evening. I could not possibly be in two places at once except for I have a near-identical brother. It's true. You were sitting in my line of sight exactly when the murder was supposed to have taken place. As was I. Right. Fontaine was sitting with us too, so that rules him out. And I know that I didn't perform the murder, obviously. Which means every suspect has been accounted for. Go sit down, lackey. Your job is done. You realize what this means, don't you, Falcon? Your little test failed. Shit. Your hypothetical bullet theory turned out to be an unsubstantiated speculation. Pure guesswork.
Shall we end the trial, madam?
Wait, there must be someone who we're not accounting for. I just know it. There's someone else who could have been the shooter. Fuck. Help. Oh. Is that the one we were missing before? Wow. How are there so many people we haven't met? What the fuck? I guess one of them is the guy with the cannon? But, like, who the fuck is... How have we not met 3 people? Whatever. Are Sylvius and... this guy different people? Anyway. Freya Remus, how's your brother? The man named Romulus.
My brother? He was forced to flee the country by our oppressive government.
You and I both know that isn't true. Your brother's still in France. In fact, I think he's lurking in these very catacombs right now. An absurd notion. Your theories are getting more and more outlandish, Falcon. Where's your evidence?
Oh, I know. I can answer this one. I found this in the catacomb tunnel.
An introductory guide to the cult of reason. Thank you, Sparrowson. Now, Freya Remus, does this pamphlet look familiar to you?
No, I've never seen it before in my life.
Are you sure? Are you sure it doesn't belong to your brother, Romulus?
No, there are many cultists in Paris. Maybe it belongs to one of them.
Falcon, I'll take your word from that your lackey found this pamphlet in the catacombs. But Remus is right. You have no evidence that the main man known as Romulus is the one who dropped it. This pamphlet could have been dropped by anyone. It could even have been dragged here on the sole of Piero's shoe, for all I know.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Actually, madam, I know for a fact that the pamphlet belonged to Romulus, and I can prove it. Is this the green ink again? Okay, yeah, Sylvius is... Yes. Okay, they are the same. I was like, wait a minute, I thought they were the same. Yeah, we proved that in a different game. Version of this game. A little while ago, while visiting the Louvre, I saw a man who looked very much like Romulus handing out pamphlets. As you can see, the pamphlet from the Louvre is identical to the pamphlet from the catacombs, except for one important detail. Romulus signed the Louvre pamphlet himself.
No way. My brother wouldn't do something so foolish.
Do you see, right here on the cover page? That's Romulus's signature. I admire your tenacity, Falcon, but something is blatantly wrong with your evidence. We know that the brother of Freya Remus is named Romulus, but this Louvre pamphlet of yours is signed with Sylvius. One sec, I was checking an email I got about Big Cartel, but it is not enough for me to keep paying $15 a month. Clearly an alias. Romulus is on the run from the police, who must have changed his identity. That's a plausible theory, but it is unsubstantiated. How do we know that this pamphlet was signed by Remus's brother? Now is it the green pen? Yes. This fountain pen.
Hey, where did you get that? Is it my brother's or mine?
Wow, Remus, your brother is almost as big as Romulus's. Anyway, I believe it's yours. Sparrowson happened to find this pen in your robes just a few days ago.
You mean he stole it?
Alright, let's not all argue over semantics. What's important, and what you just admitted, is that you and your brother both own pens just like this one. See, these pens are unique in that they contain green ink, a very unusual choice of ink color.
A very evil choice, too.
Well, yes, but more importantly, it's the same ink that was used on this signed pamphlet. Since there are only 2 pens, there are only 2 possibilities. Either Frere or Remus has been signing off on atheist cultist propaganda.
I would never do such a thing.
Or his brother has been using his identical pen to sign cultist propaganda, the same type that was found in these catacombs.
Impossible. My clumsy oaf of a brother lost his pen a week ago.
Oh, so the only explanation is that you lent him your own.
No, you see...
It doesn't matter how you cut it, Friar. One way or another, you and your brother are tied to cultist propaganda. Admit it. Confess.
Falcon, enough. You've made your point. You are asserting that the friar's pen ties him to the cultist pamphlet. I get it. This is all tenuous, wouldn't you say, madam?
No question. Falcon has suggested a theory that hinges upon a theory that hinges upon yet another theory. It's not hard proof by any measure. He may very well be wrong, but at least he's logical. His theory is self-consistent.
What are you saying, madam?
Falcon, where did you say you found this leaflet? The unsigned one, that is.
Oh, down the catacombs tunnel, through the fork on the left-hand side.
Fontaine, Piero, go see if you can find anyone dawdling where they shouldn't be.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
In a moment, one of two things will happen. Either Piero and Fontaine will return empty-handed, in which case I'll have no choice but to execute Kukuriku. And then I would have to execute you, Falcon. And you, Sparrowson.
Us?
Not because of what you've seen tonight, although that's admittedly a problem, but because your lies would be treasonous to our new republic.
I didn't sign up for this.
Or Piero and Fontaine will return with a prisoner in tow, in which case...
We would be free to cut Kukuriku down and skedaddle?
Surely not, madam. You're not going to let these three just walk free after everything that's happened here. Remember what this rooster did to your father.
I actually think we're not finishing this game tonight. It took us so long to get here that I don't actually think we're gonna finish because we have to do all of Act 4B. I don't remember how many days it is.
Hold your tongue, Friar. If it turns out you've been deceiving me all this time...
Madame Beaumont, look who we found.
Ow, ow, stop shoving me. I can walk myself. Uh-oh.
Well, we really do have a ghost in the catacombs. Introduce yourself, Wolf.
Very well, mademoiselle, my name...
Madam.
Right, madam. Whatever. My name is Silvius.
Don't you mean Romulus? That alias isn't fooling anyone, Your Honor.
Yeah, stop shoving me in my birthmark.
All right. I'm Romulus, twin brother of Remus, and loyal servant to the rebel cause. That's the whole truth. He's telling the truth, madam. Long live the Second Republic, right, guys?
I have a lot of questions, both for you, Romulus, and for you, Remus. I don't appreciate being lied to.
Words are hard. Seems you have your hands full, so we'll just be taking our leave.
Not so fast, Falcon. Your theory is still unproven. If it turns out that Romulus has no bullet in him, then you would have no evidence to implicates him of the Croque Monsieur's murder. Kukuriku would still be the prime suspect.
Bullet in me? Ha! What are you guys on about?
Spare me. Fontaine, hold him down.
Hold me down? Ow, 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 ow!
Sparrowson, do your test.
I'm on it.
No. It's buzzing. It's really buzzing around his shoulder.
They even kept the shoulder. That's so funny. They were like,
Where should we shoot this guy? Oh, I know.
I see blood. There's definitely a bullet wound there.
That's an old bullet, an old war wound. I got it fighting in Algeria in 36.
Obviously a desperate lie.
My brother's being completely honest, madam. He's a veteran. He was shot in battle.
You know, I could just extract the bullet here and now. That would remove all doubt.
I don't think it'll let us do it. Do you guys want to do it or not do it? I'm gonna say don't do it just so you guys can see what happens.
Don't do that, Sparrowson. It would be needlessly cruel. Think about what that device did to that poor chunk of steak.
Ah! Whoops, my finger slipped. Oh hey, look at that. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of them newfangled bullets, right, Fontaine?
He just does it anyway. He just does it anyway. It doesn't matter what you choose.
There's no mistake. This is an iron-tipped Minier bullet, ball just like the one in Croque Monsieur's gun. You do realize what this means, madam? It clearly demonstrates that Romulus confronted the Croque Monsieur before Cucurico arrived. This is undeniable evidence that Cucurico had nothing to do with the crocodile's death.
Yeah, imagine if we had done this to Von Karma. Maybe we should have. Maybe we should have. You're right. I made a mistake. I haven't forgotten what that rooster did to my father. But this bird clearly had no part in the killing of Croque Monsieur. Therefore, I cannot honestly call him an enemy of the Second Republic, yet. Your friend is free to go. Fontaine, cut the rooster down. Oh my god, did he live? For an hour?
Right away, madam. Thank you, madam.
For what?
For giving us an opportunity to show you what justice looks like. Before you asked what the difference is between revenge and justice, I replied due process. Well, it was crude and messy. But today you gave us a chance to show you what due process looked like.
We gotta get this guy out of France. Piero and Fontaine will help carry your friend to the tunnel entrance.
We're on it, madam. Will it be okay with yourself with the two wolves?
These toothless old dogs. And one of them just had a bullet ripped out of him by a magnet. I think I'll manage.
Of course.
Come on, brother, to your feet.
So, cultists.
Cultist is such a strong word. Listen, mademoiselle.
Don't mademoiselle me. I shall be asking the questions here. Tell me, friar, are you a cultist too?
Madam, I'm just a humble servant of God.
Ugh, I never realized how poisonous your words are. You've been spewing lies since the very start, haven't you?
Madam.
At least tell me why you two killed the Croque Monsieur.
Because... Allow me, brother. You want to know the truth. We want exactly the same thing as you. We want a world without class, a world without false rulers and gods, a world where only the reason of man reigns, a world of true equality and fairness. That is what you strive for, no? But you cannot achieve such a goal without violence. Your methods are too passive, too naive. So we set up a situation where you would be forced into action, make the government look like murderers to the rebels, and make the rebels look like murderers to the government. Then you would be forced to take up arms.
Oh, really, sir? I didn't know that. That's good to know. Another lie.
But that was the truth.
You claim that you want equality, but you just want a world where you stand above everyone else. A world where the carnivores reign. You're a rabid animal at heart.
Heh. You got me. But can you honestly say that you never wanted power for yourself? You're a carnivore, too. Don't deny it.
No, I've never wanted power. All I've ever wanted was a world where no child has to grow up without a father. Did you know that the Croque Monsieur was something of a family man? He once confided in me that he had 5 children and a late wife. 4? Where'd 4 come from?
I had no idea.
Tell me, Romulus, do you have children?
Me? No, mademoiselle,
Oh, fuck! Honestly, good for her. Good for her.
Brother?
As for you, Friar, get out of here.
You aren't going to kill me.
I ought to. You are the worst kind of person, a man who will cling to any ideology to claw his way higher. But I know that you weren't the one to pull the trigger on Croque Monsieur. Maybe there's a slither of goodness left in you.
I...
Go. Is this what justice looks like? It's so uncaring. Damn, okay. Well, yeah, that was a chance to lie like a dog.
Oh man. You kicked so much derriere at that impromptu trial yesterday. Those rebels were like, we're executing this punk, mob justice, rah rah rah, but you were all like, this isn't how we do things in France, chicken pluckers, and then they were all like,
Sparrowson, let's get serious for a moment. I also forgive her. She's cool.
serious? You just pulled off the craziest lawyering move in the history of French law. We should be celebrating.
We don't have time to pull out the champagne. Didn't you see the anger in the rebels' eyes? Didn't you feel the tension in the air? We are just days away from violence breaking out onto the streets.
Oh yeah, I guess another revolution might be around the corner. But what exactly can we do? We already told the police everything we know. Unless you're not thinking of arming yourself to the teeth and fighting the rebel forces yourself, are you?
What? No. You watched far too many action operas. Action operas? I was thinking of preparing a legal case.
A case? For whom?
At their core, all historical revolutions center on trials. A nation's rulers are tried and held accountable for their crimes. Sometimes. But you saw the horrendous trial that took place last night. Nobody cares about due process when emotions are running high. Regardless of the outcome of the revolution, we need to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity for justice.
Makes sense. So what's the plan? We head to Quinnell's Tavern and hand out some business cards?
Think bigger. Who will the rebels target?
The king?
Exactly. To the Palais Royal. Okay. Falcon and Sparrowson rushed to the Palais Royal to arrange a private audience with the king. As you do. After filling in a pile of forms, the two are led to a waiting area. We are on the move.
Are you here to see the king?
That's right.
Okay, take a number and wait to be called.
Take a number?
Yep, just wait your turn.
Oh, we haven't met this guy yet.
More fools who have come to see the king. Let me guess. Lawyers.
That's right. How did you...
Hey, I know you. You're the Prime Minister. Monsieur... Guizou.
Guizou. Oh, wow. You're right, Sparrowson. It's an honor to meet you, Prime Minister.
Spare the formalities. You two are here to offer the king legal aid, aren't you?
Yep, we're going to offer him assistance for the upcoming rebellion.
Let me give you a word of advice. Don't bother.
Excuse me?
The king doesn't take kindly to any form of criticism. He buries his head so far in the sand, one could swear he is an ostrich. One would think that 7 assassination attempts would be enough for a man to learn that he is detested.
With all due respect, Prime Minister, I think the King of France is mature enough to not let his ego get in the way of senses. He's the King of France. First of all, he's a king. Second of all, he's the King of France.
Come on, Falcon buddy. What the fuck are you talking about? One would think.
24.
That's us. It was a pleasure meeting you, monsieur. That was fast. Good luck. You'll need it.
24, calling number 24.
Yeah, cringe Falcon monarchist moments. Good day, your majesty.
Good day, messieurs.
I don't remember his voice. I think it was more... Okay. Can I help you with something?
Oh, I probably should have prepared a speech beforehand. That would have been smarter.
Just wing it.
Right, let's see. How to start.
I don't think it super matters anymore. Hold on, I'm just checking. I don't think it really matters anymore because I think there's only like one ending here. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Your Majesty, what I'm about to say is of the utmost importance. Please listen closely.
Okay, I'm listening.
Across the whole city, everyone of every class is getting angry. Murder is about to go down, yo. Oh my god.
Such vile language. As soon as I said that, I was like, I said it before I read it, and then my brain was just like, oh god.
We are such that a pitiful revolt will blow over in no time at all.
We are sure. We are sure. Not we are such. We are sure.
Nonetheless, we would like to humbly offer our aid as lawyers. We may be of great use to the throne in this troubled time.
I think I understand.
You do?
I understand that you're a pair of con artists attempting to screw a self-made bourgeois out of his hard-earned cash.
I just need to sit with this line for a second. Just really embrace it for a minute.
Okay. You have some nerve to imply that my people hate me. I'm the Citizen King. I am beloved by all. Which king is this?
Citizen King? I don't know anything. I've said this before. I know very little about French history. Why do the French call... I'm so sorry. I have to figure out something so I don't keep hitting my mic. The Citizen King. Because of his bourgeois, common man manners and clothes, but his reign proved differently. What is... No, that doesn't help. But no, that did not help. But that didn't help. Why? Wait, he's known as the Citizen King because of his bourgeois manners and clothes? Do I not know what bourgeois means? Oh, I guess it means middle class. The middle class of France. Maybe I'm thinking that's wild to me because I feel like bourgeois when people's maybe because it's French, but like I guess social middle class. I thought it was high upper class. I always thought it was more. Okay, well I guess a person whose social behavior and political views held to be influenced by private property interest. This is the definition that I am more familiar with, where they're like capitalist. Like it comes from like a capitalist. It's got a capitalist connotation, but I definitely don't have like I don't think middle class when I think bourgeois. You know? It's the people who have capital that... You do, Nate? Well, thank you. I guess I've never, like... Okay, dominated by commercial industrial interests. So that makes sense. Like, especially if you're thinking of, like, the middle classes. But, like, I feel like a lot of times, like... I hate to be it like this. I guess opposed to nobility. But, like... I feel like a lot of, like, things that say, like, oh, it's so bourgeois. They, like, see it... People, like... I suspect what happened here is like maybe that none of us are Googling bourgeois, and so some people are using it without realizing that the definition they have is wrong. But there is obviously, like, it does actually do have to do with capitalist interests, so fair enough. And also, Nate, feel free to send that to me and I'll look at it later. Because I am very curious in whatever you have. Because I clearly don't know fuck all about what I'm talking about, ever. I'm glad we got to use the dictionary tonight, guys.
Beloved kings tend to experience fewer assassination attempts. Beck, have these two crooks thrown in jail. Maybe that will teach them a thing or two about respect.
Right away, Your Majesty. You can't be serious.
In Marxist theory, the social group opposed to the proletariat is in the class struggle. Oh. Okay. I have read very little, like, theory when I think about it, but mostly that's because when I was in college, instead of reading, like, economic theory, I read about, like, the theory I ended up reading a lot of for class was racial theory, which technically has a lot of familiarity, like there's a lot of crossover there, but like I didn't read any like Marxism or really like even the racial stuff that I read very like barely got into the economics because it was like intro classes. So I'm a little behind on my theory reading. I've been actually thinking that I need to do some more of it, but I don't have the time. The land is that land has tenants who are not of the Gentile class. The land is the capital, and Darcy and Mr. Bennett have the varying degrees of influence of the local capitalism environment. They can control the capital of the proletariat the tenants are relying on.
Oh, he was serious.
Well, this is another fine mess you've gotten me into.
There's no need for that attitude, Sparrowson. We won't be in here for long. Once we receive a court hearing, the judges will no doubt dismiss our charges instantly.
And how long will it take us to get a court hearing? Tell me that, Monsieur Smarty Pants?
A week or so, I'm guessing. I can see why that might be a problem. The revolution could be in full swing by then. What to do?
We could try escaping.
Don't be ridiculous. No one has ever escaped from the
I still don't know how to say this one.
before.
But nobody has ever locked the genius Sparrowson and his witty lackey Falcon in the same jail cell before.
It's an absurd suggestion.
Got any better ideas?
Okay, let's break out of prison.
Fantastic.
Hotel conciergerie. All right. And also, thank you, Nate. That does make sense. We realized we were saying the same thing, except I kept talking about PvP for some reason in the middle of Marxist theory discussion. Honestly, you're valid. It was just something that you are very familiar with and were probably thinking about for other reasons, and, you know. Yeah, we're supposed to go to jail for this ending.
A ledge, give me a leg up and I can grab on and shimmy my way over somewhere.
Let's be honest, Sparrowson. Neither of us have the physical prowess to shimmy anywhere.
So sad.
A fireplace. It's been bricked up, so escaping up the chimney isn't an option.
There's a bit of scrap metal in this hole. I think it broke off an iron shackle. You could dig through the stone walls with this. See? It's all scratchy.
That may actually work. If we had a decade or two.
So that's a maybe on the stone digging scheme.
Well, I'll keep that in mind in case the king decides to go all Court of Monte Cristo on us.
Count of Monte Cristo, not Court of Monte Cristo. Fuck!
Look, Falcon, a loose brick. We could wait for a guard to transfer us to some place, sneak up behind him, and then...
I can't believe I can believe, but I wish we had a case in Ace Attorney where Maya and Phoenix get fucking thrown in jail together. And Maya immediately is like, we gotta break out. And Phoenix is like, there is a camera right there. Right there.
And then we get a death sentence for murder. I think not. Let's search a little harder.
Listen, I just miss them sometimes.
There's a little dent here. One of us could hide.
Hide? What would that accomplish?
Well, a guard would eventually come in and be like, where's the other prisoner? And then we use the momentary confusion to push him over and escape.
Do you really think an experienced guard would be confused by a prisoner hiding in a little hole in the wall? We can do better.
Can we? Hold on, can we? There's nothing.
I give up.
So soon?
Yes, trying to escape from a notoriously inescapable prison wasn't the smartest plan we've ever devised. Well, well, well. That voice. That condescending tone.
Yes! Hell yes!
Just what are you two bird brains doing? Saffron, you okay? Yes, I'm fine. The injuries I sustained were mostly superficial. The doctor advised me not to do anything strenuous anytime soon, but he gave the all-clear for returning to my job. So tell me, why did I get a memo informing me that J.J. Falcon and Sparrowson were being held in the consignere for treason?
You just told me how to say that.
It was all Falcon's fault.
Naturally. I figured that if a revolution is inevitable, then we should do our best to ensure that the uprising proceeds in an organized manner. The less bloodshed, the better. Okay, so what did you do?
We offered the king our assistance. We said we were going to...
Nope. We offered the king our assistance. We said that we would defend him in court, if and when such a need arises. I don't know why I thought Sparrowson was saying that.
Well, we didn't quite use those words.
This isn't the first time that the king has had someone imprisoned for something so pointless. What a pig-headed fool. Consider your charges dropped.
All right, let's get out of here.
Hold on. You've caught my interest with this idea of yours. A bloodless revolution. You are absolutely right, in that if the king is captured, the citizens will devolve into an unruly mob of animals. I really want mac and cheese right now. I don't even think we have stuff to make mac and cheese, and also it's 11:18 at night. We should prepare for a formal trial. No, we should preempt it.
We? You're gonna help us?
Of course. This isn't a task that can be handled by two birds alone. What do you mean by preempt, Sevron? We go on the offensive. We charge the king with crimes against the French people before the rebels can even act. We can do that? We can certainly try. I'll start building a case up against the king. My argument will be focused on the king's gluttonous and irreverent fiscal policies, his lack of commitment to his socio-political promises, his overall ineptitude and irresponsibility on all facets of his duties as a monarchical leader, and obviously his denial of universal suffrage. I mean...
Obviously.
How am I supposed to defend the king from all that? You can't. If you try to argue with logic and facts, this hypothetical trial will inevitably result in a landslide guilty verdict. So I suggest you take a different approach. Appeal to the king's character. Try to win people's hearts with tales of the beloved citizen king.
He hasn't been called the Citizen King for like 10 years.
It was just a suggestion. But consider this, you don't need to win the case. You just need to make a strong enough argument so that the trial is fair. All that remains is ensuring that the king can be peacefully brought to the courthouse when the protests start to turn violent. That's a job for the police and royal guard. I'll inform Inspector Volerty of our plan so we can prepare accordingly. At least I would if I could find him. Inspector Volerty is missing. Apparently, he's taken on an informal leave of absence since Wednesday. Hold on, Falcon, one thing eludes me. As you probably figured, Inspector Volerty had me perform an investigation into your past. He thought you were the Viridian killer, as crazy as it sounds. And, well, I'm sorry for doing that. It was quite invasive of me. But I can't help but wonder, why did you change your name around 1830? Because I was ashamed, I suppose. I had a family name to live up to. My grandfather was something of a successful lawyer. So, when I turned up to my classes at law school, people would gawp at me. They would say, wow, you have such big shoes to fill, and your grandfather would be proud. But I was a terrible law student, mediocre at best. I knew that deep down, I would never be half the man my grandfather was. Fascinating. I had no idea. Who was your grandfather, if you don't mind me asking, Falcon? It doesn't matter.
Fuck you. Sorry.
At the end of the day, he was just another overly opinionated rebel who died in the old revolution. I see. Well, let's not dilly-dally any longer. We have duties to carry out.
Right, we're gonna find anecdotes and we're gonna defend the king, whether he likes it or not.
And his name was Barack Benzies. Yeah, this game is technically earlier. So are we saying Barack Benzies is the descendant of this bird? How do we get to this point? How do we get to DGS from here? Assigned bird by bird descendant from video game. Alright. Laos. Okay, wait.
only gave useless British. We might be able to finish tonight. So let me decide which one I want to go to. Holy shit! We have to do this one. Holy shit. Hold on.
Excuse me, Judge Maxime. Oh, hello, Falcon. Nice work on that catacomb business. Word has really spread about your impromptu lawyering skills. Really? I'm gaining a reputation.
Hey, I helped too. Of course you did. Robinton? Sparrowson? Right. Sparrington.
Shut up, Nate! Judge Maxime, I don't suppose Monsieur Kukuriku has filled you in on what we've been working on since then.
No, he hasn't.
How to put this? We're planning a trial of sorts. We intend on forming a case against, hands you 70 francs.
The king!
Right, and,
We want you to adjudicate.
a trial against the king. Interesting. What are his exact charges? I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. That seems more like Sevran's territory.
If you aren't even sure of that, then I don't think you're quite prepared for this trial. Maybe you should leave this to lawyers who have a little more experience.
I see. Well, thank you anyway. Let's make a move, Sparrowson.
What about our judge?
It doesn't matter. Let's focus on building a solid defense case for the king, and we can wing it from there. Maybe we can even hold the trial without any judges at all. Just Kukuriku, me, and the king in the middle.
It's strange, Falcon. You're like your grandfather, and yet you're nothing like him.
Wait, you knew my grandfather?
Well, I wouldn't say new. I was just a teenager when he was causing havoc in these courtrooms. But of course, I'm familiar with his work. Falcon, I find your career choice peculiar. Your grandfather worked so hard to prosecute Louis the 14th, and yet here you are rigorously working to defend your own king. Just like him, you would make an excellent prosecutor. So why did you choose the rocky path of the private detective?
Doesn't matter. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I just wanted to take myself out of my grandfather's shadow. I want to carve my own path as a lawyer. I don't want to be a poor imitation of an old hero.
Quite understandable. Oh, just look at the time. I'm due back in the courtroom. But before I go, let me just say I would be happy to adjudicate your trial, Falcon.
Really? That's just fantastic. Thank you, Your Honor.
It's no trouble. Show me what the grandson of Maximilian Robespierre is capable of.
Help me. So I read that in the walkthrough and I went, we have to do that one. If you go someone else, you can talk. Okay. So, I think maybe we can do all of these February. Yeah, so we can do all of these. It wasn't clear from the walkthrough, and I went, if we can only do one of these, we need to know who this guy's grandfather is, because that's wild. So, let's do the rest of these real quick, because I think we have to do all of them. You know how you're the grandson of Robespierre? I'm sorry, it just took me out. Like, I don't know what I thought they were gonna say. Like, I just thought they kind of weren't gonna give a grandparent. Because they, like, I figured that they wouldn't. And for some reason, hearing it be Robespierre just, like, really took me out. Like, I was not prepared for that at all.
Visitors! Monsieur Vulpes! Visitors! If it isn't Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Sparrowson, how may I help you two today?
We're doing very well, monsieur, but we don't have much time, so let me cut to the chase. We're collecting positive anecdotes about the king. Would you happen to have any?
Positive anecdotes, How curious. As it happens, I have met the king once or twice, and it sucked. Once, as you know, I was in my Juan Quierdo persona.
Oh, right. Of course. I don't think that story will be any use to us. What was the other incident? Yeah, they said he's the bird descendant of Bird Maximilian, famous French dude, and we're expected to be normal at how funny that is. Yeah!
I can tell you, but there is a price.
Are you serious? You're such a money grabber.
A fox has to eat, monsieur.
Fine. How much do you want? 40 francs sound good?
10,000.
I don't have that kind of money, monsieur.
No matter. I'm sure you'll think of some way of repaying the debt.
Between that and my medical bills, we should be ready to afford basic food, things like food by the end of the year. 4,000?
Let's not worry about the debt for now, monsieurs. Let me just tell you the story. It was several years ago, 1841, I believe. I was lingering around the Ile de la Cité. I was in the pursuit of an investigative lead, so I had adopted a persona of an outfit of a sickly beggar. That's when I was approached by a kind-faced man. It was the king himself. He took a 20-franc coin out of his pocket.
The king gave money to a sick beggar, or at least someone who looked like a sick beggar. That's great, we can use that.
I'm not done, monsieur. The king took the coin out and said, I know what it's like to be poor. When I was your age, I only had 1,000 of these to my name. Then he pocketed the coin and left.
Oh.
I'll make note. Gave financial advice to the poor and needy.
I hope that anecdote was of some use to you, monsieur.
It might be, but I don't feel that we've got 10,000 francs worth of material.
I see. No matter. Just keep me in mind if you ever see a potential client.
We will. Have a pleasant day, monsieur. Oh, to be desperately trying to save my courtroom rival who keeps sending my martyred grandfather to comfort himself in his final hours, even though I distance myself from him and for his shadow is a heavy burden. Honestly, sir. I mean...
Time for some shopping, Falcon?
Maybe later. For now, we need to find people who've spoken to the king. He's been known to pass through La Halle on occasion, so if we're lucky...
Hey, messieurs, it's us, remember?
We remember. Are you keeping well, madam?
Absolutely. Never been better. So what can I sell you today?
Information. We're looking for positive stories about the king. I don't suppose you have any?
The king? No, I haven't got nothing to say about the king. The king's a smelly egg thief. Quiet, child. You know what they say about the king having spies everywhere. Spies?
Calm down, Sparrowson. The rumors of the king having an elaborate spy network are patently untrue.
Then how do you explain the shutdown banquets, huh? The government's clamping down on anyone who dissents, you know.
Let's get this conversation back on track. Joey, can you tell us why the king's a smelly egg thief? Oh, yeah, Anna, all of the music is Camille Saint-Saëns. I don't know how to say that name. That's all of the music in this game is this. Literally all of it. That's the entire soundtrack.
My name's not Joey. It's nothing you need to concern yourselves with, messieurs.
Please go on, madam.
Don't worry, we aren't spies. At least I don't think we are. I know. I trust you guys. See, a couple years ago, we were running a shop, an antiques and odds and ends shop. And we had an egg. It was this golden egg, super precious. We must have bought that thing for 200 francs, but it was easily worth 10 times that. We were pinning on making a nice tidy sum from it.
I see. An investment egg.
Well, one day we were visited by the king, no less, and old King Lou Phil shows an interest in our egg, so we were thinking this would be our chance to make bank, right? But then the old geezer just goes and waddles off with it.
Without paying you?
Oh yeah, he paid us all right.
What's this?
The coin one of the king's guards flipped our way. It isn't even French. I think this is British. One of those crazy imperial coins from the crazy imperial country.
I have no idea what the British-French exchange rate is, but can we buy this off you, madam?
Put your wallet away and keep it. It's worthless to me. Losing that egg bankrupted us. It put us out on the streets. But now we bounced back. Sautin and gambade better than ever.
I think I said that wrong. That's excellent to hear. Anyway, we must take our leave. You've been a huge help, madam.
We're gonna kick the king's butt and get your egg back.
Hold on, we're supposed to be the defense. It's a Britain, yeah. That's so cool, Anna. Monsieur Kingsley, we need your help.
I think the plan is I'm probably just gonna run a little late to wrap this up.
Finally, it's about time someone around here appreciated my skills. Your fishing skills, right? The term is angling, wise guy.
This has nothing to do with fishing. Let me cut the preamble. We are looking for people who have positive stories about the king. Would you happen to have any?
Stories, huh? You came to the right guy. I have a whale of a story for you. So the other day I was fishing and I caught this monster of a catfish. It was 2 meters long, easily. Here we go. I caught a fish and it was this big. Oh, sure. I dragged a 90-kilogram falcon out of the water and everyone buys it. But I claim to catch one big fish and suddenly everyone's a skeptic.
Please continue your story, Monsieur Kingsley.
Oh, right. So anyway, the king of all people happens to be walking by with his entourage, and they all clapped and cheered and came over to see the fish, and then the king says, I'm hungry, let's cook this fellow up. And then he just walks off with my fish. Can you believe that?
I can believe that. Seems like something a royal penguin would do.
Did you at least get paid for your fish? Oh yes, one of the royal guards was nice enough to flip 1 franc my way. 1 franc. He may as well have just flipped me the bird. No offense. So the king supports the local fishing industry. I'm writing this down.
I have no idea if the story will be any use to us, but we appreciate your time, monsieur. Good day to you.
Bye, Monsieur Fisherman. Hey, don't call me a fisherman.
Getting close to being done, and then we have a trial.
Okay, here we go. Nathan never lets us down for useful information. I'm sure he's got something interesting and pleasant to say about the king. Oh, it's you, messieurs. Perhaps you will surprise me today and actually ask me to take out a book.
Nope, just the usual today. An endless stream of questions.
You two need an encyclopedia.
Damn, there's a lot left. We're gonna try to finish it.
Well, then go on. Well, go on then, whatever drivel you want to ask. From your well-educated standpoint, is King Louis Philippe a good leader as far as leaders go? Well, I can't fault the king's pro-business spirit. The big industry leaders love him.
Oh, this sounds promising.
Of course, this comes at the expense of everyone who isn't a bourgeois. Boys' divide is stronger than ever.
Maybe not.
You can forget about socially progressive policies. The king signs all of Guizot's backward-thinking policies. And of course, in terms of leadership and charisma, the king is about as personable as a rotten pear. That'll do, monsieur. A simple no would have sufficed. Have you ever met King Louis Philippe? I have, as a matter of fact. He occasionally drops by this library to check out books. Unlike some people. What sort of books did he check out, monsieur? Thick books. I believe the last one he checked out was an expansive history of the Macedonian Empire. I had no idea His Majesty was interested in academic history.
I'll make note. King Louis Philippe is a well-read and intelligent man.
It must be said that the books are usually returned with footprints on the covers. This leads me to believe that the king may just be using them to stand on during speeches. Oh.
We'll just leave that part out.
Was there anything else? That'll be all. Thank you for your time and patience, monsieur. I look forward to our next round of idiotic questions. I really do.
Aw, Nathan! Nathan, I'm touched. JJ is fucked.
Ah, just the dodo I wanted to see. Madame Cornell, quick question. Have you ever served the King of France?
Good one, hon. That's hilarious.
Me serving the king. Would you like some wine, your majesty? I can't wait to serve the king of Denmark.
I think that was a no.
Oh, I think you might be right. In the drinking room. Alright.
Inspector Volarity. Ah, hello, Inspector. Falcon, J Falcon.
Yes?
I think I have made a mistake.
I'll say, do I see 2 empty bottles of Russian vodka? It's a mystery how you're still standing.
No, listen. This is important. Inspector, maybe we should have this conversation when you're a little more sober. No, Falcon, listen. Falcon, I thought you were the Warden Kira.
The what?
The Viridian Killer. The man who injured me in the Juwai Bush. You thought I was the Viridian Killer. How did you even come to that conclusion? saw that you changed your name, right? 1830, and You made an assumption. Wait, is that why you gave Sevron a tip-off? Were you trying to lure the animal out of me or something? I'm sorry, Falcon. It was a mistake. Do you forgive me?
Do I have to forgive him? Sparrowson's gonna bully us.
No. Falcon, please.
Jeez, Falcon, put the old bird out of his misery.
He nearly got you, me, and Sevron killed.
Yeah, but look how sorry he is. At least humor the guy.
Ugh. Fine, fine. All is forgiven, Inspector. Blah, blah, blah. I forgive you for assuming that I'm a mass murderer and then for nearly killing me and Sevron in order to prove it. I mean, you did end up becoming a mass murderer in a different timeline, but we don't have to worry about it. Oh, thank you, Falcon. Now, listen closely, Inspector. I have a favor to ask you. Favor for you, JJ, anything.
Maybe we should wait until the inspector is a little more coherent.
No, I want help. I must pay my debt. Excellent. So Sevron and I are planning a case, a very big case, against the King of France. We intend on trying him before the rebels can get their hands on him. When the rebellion starts, we would like you to bring the king to the courthouse. Do you think you can do that? Inspector. Treason? You are sympathizers to the rebel cause. This isn't treason, Inspector. We're ensuring the safest outcome to an inevitable revolution. You are a tree. You are Trisuno. You are Trisuan. You scum.
Told you. Incoherent.
Yeah, I guess you were right, Sparrowson. Well, Inspector, maybe you should contact us if you change your mind, and once you've sobered up. I don't think there's anything up here, but let's check really quick. Not today. Alright, cool.
Are we ready to hit the road?
Yep, let's make a move. Alright, next day. This one's gonna be long, but I think we only have 2 days left, and one of them is really short, so I say we just try to wrap it up. It's just not worth doing next week.
What's the plan for today? Hitting the Louvre, checking out La Halle, maybe?
Actually, I was thinking... Sevron, how rude. Don't they teach you to nub? No time for bickering, JJ. It's time. Time for what? The trial, you dunce.
Already?
A large protest has started forming at the Place de Concorde. No doubt it'll turn into an unruly mob before long. The spirit of revolution is in the air. We must act now. I'm going to start the necessary preparations at the courthouse, so I need you to get the king from the Palais Royal. You want me to drag the king out to the courthouse? I'm not even sure that I could drag him from his chair. Use diplomacy, you don't. I'm sure you'll think of something. Right. Come along, Sparrowson. We have a king to defend.
Falcon and Sparrowson rush across the city. Scores of angry eyes watch the pair's every movement. Kukuriku was right. The spirit of revolution is in the air. Outside the Palais Royal, a crowd has started to form. The royal guards watch in nervous anticipation.
3,600 and...
Save it for number 1. You again. Shouldn't you be in jail?
There's no time for that nonsense.
Your Majesty, we need you to come with us.
Why?
There's a trial.
Well, why didn't you say so? I love trials. Ooh, am I needed to give a testimony? Please say it so.
As a matter of fact, Your Majesty, fuck. As a matter of fact, Your Majesty, yes, I think you will need to give a testimony.
Oh, goody, goody, goody. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
I imagine that's the egg he stole. Well, paid for with nothing. So basically stole it. Yeah, he stole it.
Did anyone spot us?
I don't think so. It's still early. The crowds are only just starting to form. With any luck, we can get this trial over with before anyone realizes what's going on. You?
Uh-oh.
You treasonous scumbag. You actually captured the king.
Captured? Clearly a joke, Your Majesty. Ah, very subtle. I like it.
So it's true. You do intend to hold a trial. Your actions are utterly despicable. You're all on the same level as filthy rebel dissenters. Do you intend to stop us, Inspector? On any other day, I would. You are rotten lawbreakers through and through. I want nothing more than to see you tried and punished for your traitorous stances. But I owe a debt to you, Falcon. and to Monsieur Cucurico. So you'll let us pass? I've ordered for a dozen National Guards to set up a perimeter around the entrance to the Palais de Justice. The rebels will inevitably catch word that the king is here. They will try to storm the building. And when they do, we will be ready to hold them off. That's amazing. Thank you, Inspector. Go on, before I change my mind.
All right, settle down, everyone. Settle down.
Oh, should I be standing here? Am I in the right place?
I think she would be. Would love for her to show up.
Where you are is perfect, Your Majesty. Now is everyone here?
J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Sevron Cucurico, present. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Oh, this'll be good. I wonder who's on trial. Are the jury all here? All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Everything seems to be in order. The court is now in session
For the trial of King Louis Philippe.
Oh, that's me. Wait, what?
Calm down, Your Majesty. We're simply prosecuting you for a short list of 32 crimes against the French people.
32, nice.
What is this madness? Did you set me up to this?
Well, yes and no. We're your defense, Your Majesty.
I'm so confused.
The process is simple. I'll state a charge that is being leveled at you and present my evidence for the charge. You and your defense will then have the opportunity to present your own counter-evidence.
I'm even more confused.
Just let us do the talking, Your Majesty. We're doing this for your own good.
Wouldn't want you to end up like old Louis XVI now, would we? Let us proceed. Prosecution, present the first charge.
King Louis Philippe, you are being charged with neglecting the lower classes of the nation. That is a vague charge, but go off, Cucurico. Your continued support of Guizot's outdated policies have resulted in an ever-growing wage gap. Poverty is rampant. Animals are forced to turn to begging, thievery, and burglary just to survive. Fuck that up. How do you justify this vile attitude?
Goodness, you're going straight for the jugular, aren't you? I'm a good person. I don't hate poor people. I feel mild contempt for them, certainly, but don't we all?
Please allow me to do the talking, Your Majesty. Sevron, the king is far kinder to poor people than the general populace has been led to believe. Some would even describe him as a generous philanthropist. Who? Who would describe him as a generous philanthropist? Some would. Some would. You're going to have to do better than that. Show me the example. Just one example of the king being generous to a poor person. I would like to present this story. It is the account of a person who is a sick and starving beggar. One day, the beggar was approached by the king. Did the king offer the beggar money? No, he offered something far better. He offered the beggar financial advice.
It's true, I did do that.
Where's that beggar now? He runs a successful business that can pull 40 francs from a single client transaction. Amazing. And the ex-beggar attributes the king for his radical transformation. Well, he didn't say so directly, but it was implied. Interesting. Would you mind telling us the name of this person? I don't think it matters. I would rather not. You know, because of witness confidentiality and stuff. I thought as much. This beggar is entirely fictional, isn't he? Or best, details of the story have been exaggerated to paint the king in a positive light. Let's make no mistake here. No beggar would ever benefit from financial advice issued by King Louis Philippe.
Oh dear.
Yes! Outside the Palais Royal, protesters charge at the building's gates, effortlessly overcoming the royal guards. Looters take the opportunity to overrun and ransack the building.
Where on earth is that accursed king? Pierrot. No sign of him, ma'am. Rumor is that he's gone and fled the building, same as Guizot.
The Prime Minister and the King both fled before we even started our assault? How is that possible?
Madame Beaumont, I've found someone who may be of use.
Oh dear. A royal guard. Nice find, Fontaine. Speak, Duck. Tell us where the king is. You think of me, a common turncoat. I would have you know that I'm the mighty officer Beck. I would sooner die than betray my country.
Okay. She said, then die.
The Palais de Justice. A couple of lawyers came and took him to the Palais de Justice.
That was easy. Piero, Fontaine, gather the crowd. We're marching on the Palais de Justice.
What are we up to? Charge 12. Please continue, prosecutor.
Very well. King Louis Philippe, you stand accused of crushing small businesses in favor of supporting wealthier industry giants. Such an hypocritical attitude only serves to discourage people from forming their own enterprises.
I disagree. As a self-made businessman, the king has constantly shown his support for all businesses, big and small.
Another ludicrous assertion from the defense. Prove me wrong, JJ. When has the king ever shown support for a grassroots business?
Would like to present this story. It's the account of a fisherman, angler, who recently caught an enormous catfish from the Seine. Some say the fish was as large as 2 meters. Upon catching the fish, the king congratulated the man and offered him compensation for his efforts. Compensation for his efforts? You mean he bought the fish? In so many words, yes?
Well, putting aside how weak an example that is of a man supporting local businesses, I see a much more pressing issue. There's no way that a fisherman caught a 2-meter catfish from the Seine.
What if he had killer bait, like, say, a box of high-end chocolates?
Ludicrous. No one would be stupid enough to use chocolates as fishing bait.
You guys can't be serious. Outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande, Inspector Valerti watches the ever-growing crowd of protesters. The National Guard poise their bayonets, keeping the angry mob at bay.
Disgusting rabble, the lot of them. Oh, it looks like the guards are letting someone through. An emissary of the rebels, or perhaps one who considers themselves a leader.
Kukuriko gave an impossible time is still bullying about it. I know, and I love that for him. He's not letting up. He's like, you're doing shit at your job. Be better.
Are you the officer in charge of this barricade?
I am.
I came to talk to you directly. I feel we can settle this maturely. No violence. No casualties.
Wouldn't that be marvelous?
We only have one demand. That is that you stand aside and let me escort the king out of the building. Grant me that, and I will order the crowd to disperse, and obviously they'll listen.
I don't know if this is your first revolution, mademoiselle, but it certainly isn't mine. If your protesters want the king, then they will have to get past the line of National Guards. I don't think your people have the skill, equipment, or raw numbers to accomplish such a feat.
She said, okay, I'll blow this place up.
I believe we're up to the last charge, are we not?
Correct. Charge 32. King Louis Philippe, you are accused of being an imbecile. You are mentally unfit to run this country.
No need to get so personal.
It isn't a crime to be an idiot, Sevron. If this is 32, what was going on in the other ones?
Thankfully. If it were, we would all be doing hard time right now.
Illegal? No, but it does raise the question of why we are giving an idiot so much power. Let's not follow the example of Great Britain, who let the Mad King George III rule for decades past his prime.
King Louis Philippe is neither mad nor stupid. He is an intelligent and competent individual who uses books as to stand upon.
I'll have you know that I'm only competent on prune days.
Your Majesty, please. You've chosen an impossible battle, JJ. The king's idiocy is widely accepted.
I urge you to prove me wrong. Show me one shred of evidence that the king is not a blithering idiot. Ah.
I would like to present this account given by a local librarian. He asserts that the king is something of an avid reader.
Picture books don't count, JJ.
Oh, I had no idea that an expansive history of the Macedonian Empire was a picture book. The king has been known to check out as many as a dozen thick books in a single day, covering a whole range of subjects.
Face the facts, Saffron. The king is an educated man. Perhaps a test is in order.
That won't be necessary.
What was the name of the book you mentioned? An expansive history on the Macedonian Empire. Tell me, your Majesty. Where is Macedonia?
Where?
Yes, I'll even make it easier. Just tell us the name of the continent. What continent is Macedonia in? You can do this, Your Majesty.
It's a 1 in 7 shot. Can he really do it? You can get rid of at least 2 of them. I want to say Africa, but I've got it. London.
Oh, mon Dieu. I think we're done here, Your Honor. London. As I have demonstrated in excruciating detail, the king is incompetent, lazy, stupid, and occasionally malicious. He isn't fit to run a bakery, let alone a nation. Very well, prosecutor. Does the defense have anything to add?
Do I? I mean, no. No.
No, Your Honor. I've defended this man to the best of my abilities, and I have nothing more to say. Very good. Then I shall now converse with the jury. We shall determine precisely which crimes the king is guilty of and decide on an appropriate punishment.
Punishment?
How are you supposed to vigorously defend your client when you want them to lose?
Lawyer man, you have to do something. I'm scared.
Calm down, Your Majesty. The whole purpose of this trial was to see that your punishment is fair and fitting. You're not going to end up with your head on a spike. At least I don't think you will.
That mademoiselle is returning. How naive. Negotiations are over, mademoiselle.
Once again, I ask that you let me pass. Let me extract the king without issue, and then we shall be on our way. I warn you, the protesters are getting rowdy. Any moment now, they might charge on their own accord.
Your commitment and pacifism is admirable, but you are brimming with naivete, mademoiselle. Be on your way.
That's not how I tisk, but, like, it doesn't pick up on the mic otherwise.
I warned you that your methods were too passive, madam.
That foul voice. Show yourself, wolf.
You're the friar who gave me a tip-off about the croque monsieur. Was my information no good, Inspector? Did I not say how and when you would reach croque monsieur?
You omitted a few details. Your words almost killed a few acquaintances of mine. Well, Inspector, it seems you and I agree on something. This wolf has a forked tongue.
There's no need to direct your hatred at me, madam. I came here to give you a gift, a peace offering.
You have nothing to offer.
I most certainly do. Did you know that the tunnels of the sleeping city wind straight under the Palais de Justice? It's true. If one were to put enough gunpowder in the right spot, one could even take an entire side of the building down.
What are you prattling on about?
How much gunpowder do you think it would take, madam? 50 kilograms? 100? Maybe 200 kilograms, just to be safe.
Friar, tell me you did it.
The fuse is lit. In 20 seconds, the pillars of the Palais de Justice will fall like the Temple of Dagon. Running will do you no good, you brother-killing poot.
You're bluffing. There will be no explosion.
You would like that to be the case, wouldn't you, Inspector? But unfortunately for you, the Viridian Killer emerges one last time.
I must congratulate you, JJ. No, Falcon, you argued excellently. As I'm unsure of the penguin's fate as you are, I'm as unsure of the penguin's fate as you are, but one thing is for certain, you could not have done your job any better. Thank you, Kukuriku.
After a small amount of deliberation, we have come to a conclusion. It took us only 20 seconds. We find the defendant, King Louis Philippe, to be... Oh, fuck. Mon Dieu, what was that? An explosion. It sounded like it came from right outside.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, in a manner of speaking, how to put this?
For pity's sake, spit it out, monsieur.
Rebels, it's the rebels. There is a big explosion at the entrance. The rebels are pouring into the building as we speak. Goodbye.
You heard the rabbit. Everyone clear out.
Your Honor, quickly, what was the verdict?
Really? In a time like this?
There's no better time.
Exile. Now get out of here. The court is adjourned.
A valiant effort, Falcon, but we're both out of time and options. If the rebels want the king so badly, they can take him.
You can't say that.
I mean, we can.
The rooster's got a point, Falcon. Let's just turn the king over and give him his dues. We've done all we can.
No, you do give up far too easily. Sparrowson, Kukuriku, we're escorting the king to our dem associates.
Renard's place, what can he do?
If anyone has the power to make the king disappear, it would be that conniving fox.
Yeah. That might just work. Come along, Your Majesty. I don't know if this is exactly the same as exile, like just disappearing him, but like,
Fine. Come on, Cucurrico. No time to dawdle. I'm staying. For there to be any chance of your ridiculous plan succeeding, someone must stay behind to delay the rebels. Bitch, if you die. If you die! Cucurrico, go. I've got this. I'm so worried for him! Good luck. Girl! Girl, you can't, girl! Ah! That damned wolf nearly killed the lot of us. You're the one harboring the king. It's a pleasure to see you two again, madam. Don't get snarky. Where is he? You're too late. The king has long left the building. For all I know, he could be halfway to Guadalupe by now. So he's already gone. Damn! There goes my opportunity to enact justice. Enact justice. You should have seen the trial, madam. Everything was official, professional, and logical. It was the most brilliant display of justice that I've ever seen, and you didn't get to see it. But the king is in the process of receiving a fitting punishment. Cucurrico, did my father receive a fitting punishment when you were the prosecutor at his trial 10 years ago? No, madam. But every day since then, I've strived towards justice, and I shall continue to do so for the rest of my days. See that you do. Whoo! He lives! For now! For now, at least. Whoo! Do hurry up, Your Majesty.
this is taking forever.
You aren't going any further.
It's that friar.
He's sticking to his redemption guns. Ah! This rooster is such a good character. I'm not going to let you take another step towards the king. Well, we're exiling him. Should we keep calling him the king?
I didn't come here for the king. I came
To kill you, JJ Falcon! Oh, Sarah, I love when characters get to be old friends complicated. It's so good. I love the term old friends. I read Great Gatsby in middle school, and forever after, old friends gets me. Listen, old friends, old friend, old friend. It's good. It's good. Very well, Sparrowson, take the king and hurry to Renard's. I'll handle this monster.
Are you sure you'll be okay?
I can handle one injured wolf.
Okay, come on, Your Majesty.
That explosion at the courthouse. That wasn't just the rebels, was it?
Of course not. That was to take out the murderous pute who killed my brother.
Madame Beaumont.
She was the madam who pulled the trigger, but it was your words that sentenced him.
And I would do it again. You and your brother are heinous individuals.
Call us what you like. It doesn't matter anymore. Your blood must pay for his. An eye for an eye, that was the way of the judges of old.
You don't appear armed. I just hit my mic. I hope you didn't hear it.
I don't need a gun or sword to kill you. There are 100 kilograms of gunpowder beneath our very feet.
Where did you get this much fucking gunpowder? Where did he get this much gunpowder?
One more step and this entire area will go.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that was a gunshot. Vile scum. Inspector, just in time. You look a little singed. He's fine. He's fine. Don't worry.
Did you hear that explosion, Monsieur Vulpes?
I did. It seems the rumors are true, Mousy. The revolution is in full swing.
Go on, get in there. Visitors, Monsieur Vulpes, visitors.
I wonder who... Oh, my King Louis Philippe. Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Are you... Monsieur Vulpes?
The high collar after the slutty open shirt is so funny. It's so funny. It's really good.
I am, and this is my companion, Mousy.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Your Majesty.
Is it?
I must admit I rarely have a gentleman of your caliber in this office. Please have a seat. Mousy fetted His Majesty some tea.
Right away. I hear you can make people disappear.
Ah, yes, a new identity. A new face. Indeed, I can make that happen. Of course, there is a price.
How much?
Normally, such a service would cost 100 francs. But for you, your majesty, 10,000.
10,000 francs? I don't carry that sort of money on my person.
Ah, I'm sure you can find a way. That crown on your head, an egg in your hand, would surely be enough to pay for this exquisite service.
You're a crook, Monsieur Vulpes.
Now, let's not call each other names. We're both grown men. Now you see. Now let's see. You'll need a disguise. Ah, here we go. Put this on.
How do I look?
Mousy, could you come in here for a moment, please?
What is it, Monsieur Vulpes? Oh, who is this cockatoo? Where did King Louis Philippe go?
You see, your majesty?
It's that convincing? No.
Of course, but we'll have to give you a new name and identity to match your new look. We needed the name that is original yet ordinary, subtle yet exquisite.
John Smith?
Brilliant, Mousy. Monsieur, your name is now John Smith. You are an upstanding English gentleman. We are not trying at all.
Je m'appelle John Smith.
That's no good. We'll have to work on your English accent. Repeat after me. My name is John Smith.
Me name is Jean Smith.
Wow, did you grow up in London, your majesty? Your accent it's impeccable. You're killing it. Really. Tell him, Elsie.
I didn't understand any of it, so it must have been perfect English.
Disguise, name, accent, I think we're all set. Are you ready, Mr. Smith?
I don't think so.
Of course you're ready. Flee, monsieur, flee! Take a horse to Calais. From there, hire a boat to take you to the shores of England.
Do you think you'll make it to England, Monsieur Vulpes?
With that disguise, Mousy, I think our client would be lucky to make it down the street. Come on, let's return this egg to Sautain.
I don't think that's how you say her name. Oh my god, last day! Y'all ready? For the last day of the game.
Come on, bird brain, time's a wasting. Well. Look who finally decided to get up.
Give me a break. My legs are killing me from running. Running all over Paris. Wow, I stumbled. Besides, we just had the case of a century. I think we're allowed one day to relax. Let's play some Jacques Noir.
Nuh-uh. Look at the stack of mail we gotta reply to.
Mail?
Inspector Valerti has asked us to sign off on some paperwork regarding the death of Frere Remus. Kukuriku wants us to arrange a lunch meeting to discuss potential future collaborative projects.
Oh, a lunch date. Ooh.
And Madame Beaumont asked us to establish a constitution for the Second Republic. If you can believe that.
Girl, ask someone else. Ask anyone else. Ask literally anyone else. Don't ask us. Girlie, we can put you in touch with Kukuriku. He seems to have a better idea. Don't ask us. Help. Yeah, get some contract lawyers involved, not us. Yeah, Sparrowson, cover your ears and eyes and enjoy, just enjoy your food, Sparrowson. I don't think. She heard he was a Robespierre and was like, perfect. Girl, he barely passed his classes. He has barely got a degree.
Plus, we have like a dozen requests for legal work from other citizens of Paris, and they really shouldn't want us. I guess word has gotten round about our involvement in the King's trial, huh? Where we failed really badly.
Mon Dieu. So much to do, but all I want is to take a holiday.
Hey, Falcon. Do you think we're about to see some changes?
Changes?
The old king is gone. The prime minister is resigned. The Second Republic is kicking off.
I don't know anything about French history, so I don't know how we go from here.
I'm just saying. Do you think this could be a start of a new era of peace for Paris?
List of French revolutions. July monarchy under Louis Philippe was 1830 to 1848. Second Republic under Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, 1848 to 1852. So fucking no. It's gonna last like 4 years. And then the Second Empire under Napoleon III is about 20 years. So we're about to get into the Napoleons. I don't know much about the difference between Louis Napoleon Bonaparte and Napoleon III, but Napoleon Bonaparte I do know about, and I think it's about to get real messy. He comes back and decides he's an emperor. Cool! Uh-oh. The three major revolutions in France occurred in the years 1789, 1830, and 1848. So this one was a major one. The next ones are not as major. Maximilien Robespierre is on this page and bolded. We needed an aviary attorney sequel during this Napoleon. I think that'd be funny. They're real smug about their revolutions considering they failed a bunch of times. They are! No.
I don't think so, Sparrowson. As long as there's poverty on the streets and corruption in the government, people will always have an urge to rebel.
That's such a cynical thing to say. You're probably not wrong, though.
Oh, is that the end?
But enough talk about politics, Sparrowson. Let's go pick up some breakfast.
Hell yeah, a game that ends with breakfast.
Sounds good. I feel like a pain au chocolat.
That's the end? The end is Sparrowson wanting to eat a pastry. That's so funny. That's incredible. Wow. Danse macabre moment. Wow. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought, but okay. Hold on, I'm looking at the... While this revolution essentially replaced a Bourbon king with an Orleanist king, Louis-Philippe was loved by Republicans and had the support of Marquis de Lafayette, commander of National Guard at that time, the man with the bona fide liberal chops. He walked the line between a very complicated array of political factions, the monarchists, loyalists, and royaltists, sometimes called the ultras, on the right, and the Bonapartists still loyal to Napoleon, and the Republicans and Socialists on the left. He tried to present himself as one of the people, but managed to disappoint all. Ultra-royalists found his approach as a citizen insulting and a betrayal of the monarchy. The demands of the urban working class were too radical and proved shocking to Louis-Philippe. Never winning the support of the working industrial classes, he was often called the king of the bourgeois. His efforts at reform as a reformist king following the Jus Millet, middle of the road, ultimately failed. Forces beyond his control, such as industrialization and urbanization, created economic and social unrest that he was not able to quell, leading to yet another revolution roughly 2 decades later. Saint-Simonianism was gaining traction at this time. This branched out to create some of the first feminist movements in France, with radical thinkers like Claire Desmar, who would question social conventions of the day with her writings. Victor Hugo's famous novel Les Miserables takes place in the years leading up to this revolution, depicting the struggles of the working class. The climax of this novel actually takes place during the June Rebellion of 1832, which is a sort of finale to the Revolution of 1830. This is the February Revolution that we just saw. If you were curious. I know Marquis de Lafayette from MLB. That's so funny. Yep, they chose Napoleon Bonaparte to be president of the Second Republic. Good for them. Thank you to guides.library of... This is the Library of Congress research guide for the revolutions in France, 1789, 1830, and 1848. If anyone was curious. We did it! We got all the endings! We finished Aviary Attorney! Thank you all for coming. I'm going to... We didn't get... There aren't any... I was just checking to see if there were like, like, what's it called? Achievements. There are achievements for this game. There aren't any achievements, but you can get those silly Steam trading cards, and I literally only got 3 of 7, and I got the fucking Baron Lion from the first one. I got Piero, and then I did get Beaumont, but like I didn't get either of the main characters. Okay, but we did finish. Did someone draw fan art? Someone did draw fan art. That is incredible. 2016, someone drew some fan art of of the Wolf Brothers. No, I did not get JJ Sparrowson or Kukuriku. Here, I can... Whoa. Yeah, we got some fan art in here. Of the brothers and their pamphlet. If anyone was curious what's happening in the, I find the Steam, like, little community content section down at the bottom so interesting. Like, this is just a picture of a bird. They looked bad, so I gave up. That's so funny. You're so real. Like, I love it because it's like, this is just a screenshot. There are some people who will always post their stuff. There's not a lot in here from recently. A lot of this is old. There's not much after 2016. But yeah, shout out to this one person who seems to have drawn fan art specifically of the two Wolf brothers. Love that for you. I don't know why we're just posting screenshots. Like, there's no comment. I can only aspire to have a sandwich named after me one day. You know what? Fair point. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to this person for making fan art many years ago. Now, 8 years ago. Holy shit. This was fun. This one was a lot of fun. So, next week, I'm probably going to do either, depending on how I'm feeling, either a working stream, which might be, or a drawing stream, because I have my tablet set up now. Or potentially just more Stardew. Might as well. And then the Monday after that, we're going to be starting the new Nancy Drew game. This game was so much fun. After the new Nancy Drew game, which could take 3 weeks, I don't actually know what we're going to do on Mondays yet. I was given another Ace Attorney adjacent game that we could look at. That one was the Ace Attorney, but like with magic one. We could look at that. And then I also have like some of these ones on the side that we have to do, that we could potentially do, I guess. What was I gonna say? Thursday. Yes. It was open, but Tristan, was it Tristan? I can't find it. Magic Ace Attorney game Steam. Oh, Tyrion Cuthbert? Tyrion Cuthbert. That one. This one. Someone suggested it the other day. Good luck, Hannah. Please send me anything interesting. So that one, this one we've put down, and then Murder on the Yangtze River. What is this one? Ooh, this looks fun. Add to wish list. This one could be fun. Fully Ace Attorney with magic. Yeah, like, when I said Ace Attorney with magic, I mean, like, we looked at it a little bit lower, and it was like, yeah, if you like Ace Attorney, there's a lot. It's very Ace Attorney. It's more of, like, a fantasy world. They just, like, it's, like a RPG situation. So, Thursday, we're playing more, Virtue's Last Reward. On Friday, I think Ronnie is available. Maybe, possibly, maybe. If so, we're playing the A4. I don't remember if we finished Turnabout Serenade still, and we gotta finish it. If not, it'll be another, I don't know what we're doing, and we'll wing it. But thank you all for coming, and I will see you whenever I see you. I'm never getting out of there, Hannah. Yes, that's all I've got. Thank you for coming. Have a good week. Drink some water. I'll talk to you all later. Good night.